Yo, what it do? What it do? The number one motherfucking offense. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to 805 on. Caveman, Uncensored Cowboy. Hawk, what's up? Derek Burnett, what it do? I see y'all in the chat already, man. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Corsair, yes, sir. The real fan one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's up, Devil Dog? Jay Lynn, what's happening? What's happening? Appreciate y'all for stopping by, man. This is just my gripe with this team, man. The so-called number one offense. I mean, there's many gripes. I mean, the scapegoat has been the defense since 2016. So, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not like alleviating the defense for their part in this season. But goddamn, if this number one offense led by the 10-year vet, the MVP, can't put up consistent touchdowns or score consistently throughout the game, I mean, we're gonna be back here the same season. I mean, we're gonna be back here next season looking at the same shit. Number one offense scores no. I mean, number one offense led by the highest paid quarterback, a 10-year vet, didn't score any touchdowns last week versus the Vikings. Oh, he started off good. Under no pressure for the first time in the goddamn season, started off good, scoring touchdowns, but then there you go. Same old thing. Okay, man. MVP, MVP, MVP. Us as a cowboy, what an embarrassment. Exactly. At home, mind you. We was at home too. Mm-hmm. Okay, man. I thought pressure was supposed to make diamonds. All pressure does for Dak is give him the running shits. Hawk, what's up, Hawk? What up, JB? Got to laugh to keep from crying. Jinx as an organization, man. Something ain't right, bro. Something ain't right. There. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I come with you with another one. Yes, sir. Corsair. JB, Dak keeps wearing that Walter Payton Man of the Year patch on his jersey since he won it in the 22 season. Damn, he is flaunting it in everyone's face. Personal success versus a team championship. Yeah, he said he was gonna see the LA Rams in the NFC Championship game. Just like Shotty said, we're gonna win. And when we win, teams are gonna come pick from our coaching staff. Oh shit. The real fan at there, Burnett, is the defense fault. They can't make stops. So it's the defense fault for Dak Prescott not scoring touchdowns or the number one offense not putting up no points in the second half. I mean, the defense gave up a touchdown and two field goals in the whole second half. You mean to tell me the number one offense led by the 10-year vet, top five elite, with the best wide receiver doing the league couldn't put up no points? That's the shit I'm talking about, bro. I'm not expecting Dak Prescott with this sorry ass defense we got to go out every game and put up 45 points, bro. I'm not expecting that bullshit. I know the defense sucks, but what I expect from my 10-year vet is to be able to read a goddamn zero coverage defense and go out there and put up points consistently. Y'all say he's great, he's all this. Then we give him the best wide receiver duo in the league. He has a lot to do with this season being coming out the way it has. It's not just the defense. Yeah, we know the defense fucking sucks. But a lot of this, The way this season turned out, man, this is because of that damn quarterback too, bro. And people don't want to goddamn admit that shit. Jalen, 6 wins out of 15 games tells me everything I need to know about a so-called number one offense. My Cowboys suck and officially out of the playoffs. See y'all in August. Never dog. What's good, JB? Man, come on, bro. But it'd be good if we can get another quarterback. What up, 813 Pearl? What's happening? What's happening? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Of course, Dak Prescott, the $60 million bus driver. Man, he can't even drive the bus, bro. Can't even drive the bus. He been wrecking that shit all season to me. And I just okay, man. Another one. Another Dak choke job. Once again. Official famous music. What's happening? What up, JB? Uncensored. What's happening, Uncensored? This live is about to be lit. Let's go. Let's go, Uncensored. Hold on. Let me I'm gonna throw the link in the chat, y'all. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm gonna read a little bit more comments. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. Official favorite music. Dak scoreless in the second half again. Say it ain't so. My team held hostage by this dude, right, bro? But no, he played good all this season though. It was the defense fault. No, Dak played good. Okay, man. Pressure's supposed to make dimes with pressure on the oh Devil the leader and the highest paid should show more than he has, which hasn't been a fucking thing for 10 years and counting. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Evil Biscuit. How about them Cowboys? Another fucking waste this season. Man. Another fucking waste this season, bro. Ain't that some shit? God damn. Dude. Last home game to lose. Man, we might lose. Who we played? Washington and the Giants? Something, man. Corsair. JB, the only way Dallas Cowboys ever see another Super Bowl championship is when the Joneses sell the team. Man. I mean, they can shit. You never know. They could, I mean, shit. Probably. I mean, the way it's going right now, shit. I don't know if Jared. You know, rest his soul, RP. I mean, he might not be around too much longer. I mean, woo. Evil Biscuit, next season will be the same shit. Nothing will change. Bro. Hold up, let me do this real quick, y'all. It's definitely gonna be some more bullshit. I think it's definitely gonna be some more bullshit if we don't make no changes in this coaching staff. We got to get some hard nosed coaches in this coaching staff, bro. I don't know. I don't. Man, Shotty, bro. I don't know about this guy. Oh shit! Hold up. Did I put that in there? The chat. Y'all see the link in the chat? All right, there we go. What up, Uncensored?
What's good, brother?
Shit, you tell me, man.
Hopefully your Sunday ain't centered around the Cowboys.
Oh no. I know how this thing go down.
Hopefully your Sunday.
What up, Derek?
Oh no.
Somebody got somebody got something playing in the back.
Got bad echo.
What up, man? How you doing?
That's you in the background. You got something going on, man? I hear something.
Yeah, I think he got the stream running at the same time.
Yeah, you on your phone and the computer?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I can hear that. So it's more about still the defense. So what's going to happen to Eva Cruz and Shotty come back next year? What's y'all thoughts on that?
It's gonna be the same shit. 5 or 6 games. Same shit. A new year. I don't even know if you looked at the opponents list for next year, but it's
No,
already you can.
it's already
Now
out.
you well, it's done on a formula, so you can tell.
Mm.
And once you get about 2/3 of the way through the season, you can tell where everybody gonna finish
Oh, okay.
and figure out the rest of it. So we got the Saints, um, the Lions, and get the other one. But you can tell because it's based off of how you finish.
Okay. Okay. I haven't really looked at that shit. I didn't even know they do this shit like that. I mean, I know sometimes that shit come on early as fuck, but
Yeah.
What's up with baby?
Hey, can you hear me now?
yeah, you good now.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So what you got? What you got there? What you got on this shit?
Man, it was by far one of the most heartbreaking seasons in a long time. Because to me, it's like, I mean, look at all the pieces Jerry got together this season. It's like he really did go all in this time because you went and got Pickens. You went ahead and got Quentin Williams. You got Kelly Clark. You made a decision that was bold by getting rid of Parsons, right? It was bold. It was a bold move. The only personnel decision outside of the Dak Prescott signing was Eberflus. I never liked that hire. I was like, why are we bringing this guy back? Because his personnel is all about zone, and these corners don't play zone. So it's not a good match, and Eberflus does not adjust to his personnel. I mean, you saw it with Mike Zimmer. The season started off really bad, and as the season progressed, what did he do? I mean, he made those adjustments, you know? So I'm just like, I don't get it, man. I mean, they got some decisions they need to make.
Yeah, they got some real big decisions to make.
So, I mean, that's just how I see it right now.
So what you got, Sensei? What you think if they bring both Eberflus and Schottenheimer back?
If they bring both back, it's going to be a very similar season. But this is a team that is broken that needs a lot of help, and it needs help from the front office to the players, to coaching. Like you can't fix this in 1 year.
No.
You need safeties. You need an entire linebacking core. You need a stud pass rusher that can step up in big moments. You need a defensive coordinator that's competent. You need a head coach that can manage the game. You need an offensive coordinator that can actually call decent plays.
God damn, so what you said? We need a whole new team.
I am one that's right now that's saying you got to burn this shit down. I mean, if you look at it, if you got a headline right now saying Cowboys trade X player, would you be surprised?
Nope.
Because all you can name a number on this team, and at some point this year, they've given you a reason to scream at the TV.
Hell yeah.
I mean, outside of probably CD, outside of the Eagles games, that's probably the only consistency you got. But even him last week only had 20-something yards.
I totally agree with you because I mean, but they've been trying to address the linebacker, but they've been trying to do it at the Dollar Tree. You know, they keep trying to get these low end hanging fruit, or hoping that, like, you know, with Jalen Smith, they did that. Damone Clark, they keep trying to get these damaged, defective toys, so to speak, and it's burned them a bunch of times. The edge is the same thing, kind of. You taking projects and hoping that they're going to turn something into something. Sam Williams is an example of that. And I mean, I think right now if they don't know, they don't need to re-sign him. You know, that just shows some cluelessness on them. But one of the biggest issues that I see with them, and it stems back to Prescott and some other players, is they overvalue their own players. They're not truly honest. Like, what's the bar are you using to gauge your players? I mean, they sort of did that with Dak. If you remember, they brought up the Russell Wilson when Russell Wilson was still playing at a high level. But at the same time, they failed on it because they did not, you know, they made the threat, but the players now know that Jerry's all bark and no bite. Or whether it's actually, I can't even say it's Jerry, Steven, sorry, because he's the one that's really running the organization now. And because Steven has taken over, I mean, in some aspects, you could say they're doing a better job of pulling in talent. They're not doing outlandish trades. But like we've said multiple times here on the channel, that second contract, they are just horrible. I mean, they are horrendous with their star players. And with George Pickens, I think people were already saying this earlier today when you started this, before you started this live stream, what are they going to do with George Pickens? I mean, do you trust them to pay him that kind of money like we talked about last time? I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to franchise
what
tag
they're
him?
going to do though? Because I mean, what's going to be the excuse for Dak now? I mean, they got rid of Cooks because they said he wasn't good enough. So I mean, do you get the GP? So if he's not there, I mean, what is it going to be? Because he's in dire need of 2 number ones. What other number one he going to get? I mean, is a rookie coming out of the draft going to be on Pickens level? Oh, go ahead. What's your thoughts on if they bring Eberflus and Shotty back next season?
I mean, it's gonna be the same shit. I mean, I don't know what Eberflus bring to the table. And then the personnel ain't too good either. They need a safety bad. They need Caleb Downs in the draft. They got 2 first-round picks, but they bring them 2 back. It's gonna be the same shit. Excuses being made. But today, I mean, I don't know what the hell they was blaming this defense for, because that offense, I don't know what they did in the second half. Then they got 2 stops actually for Dak in the second half, and they didn't do shit with the ball. So everybody blaming Eberflus today, but yeah, that shit bad out there. I don't know where they go from here, literally.
And you had a defense that used to produce turnovers, and that did nothing for you anyway. So, look, this soap opera's over. If they haven't figured this out by now, I mean, Dak ain't it. I don't care what the Slurpees say. They're like, oh, Dak needs a defense. He had that. He had quality receivers. He had a running back. Look, and now all you've done now is you solidified the middle of the offensive line like you did when he was a rookie. You know what was amazing? My brother pointed this out today. We're watching Herbert, right? And there was this one throw. It was really amazing. You know what it was? Is Herbert's getting rushed, and he runs to the side. You know what he does? He throws it away. I'm thinking, wow, my quarterback wouldn't do that. I mean, live for the next down. Say he'll take an unnecessary sack, and now we know what you have to do in that down.
Hey, let me get a shout out to 813 Pearl with the $20 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Yes,
yeah. I mean,
old school, you there? Old school.
OG. OG doing OG things. Huh?
I guess he is.
Yeah, he got shit going on.
What the hell he doing?
But this team can't be fixed in 1 year, even if you brought in a top flight. There are players who on this team are actively quitting on this coaching staff. And you saw it in the fourth quarter with that defense. They didn't even want to tackle.
Make it business.
And there are players right now. See, when you're in contention for the playoffs and you know your knee is a little sore or something like that, you tough it out, you play through it. You notice all of these players, every single player, anything, they're just like, I'm done, I'm out. Do you think Bland is going to look for surgery if they are going to finish 12-4 right now or something? No.
I wonder if Bland's career is over, man.
I don't know. Something wrong with his foot.
Something is wrong with his foot. I think that 2 things. I think that it was incorrectly healed, and 2, they rushed him back.
Yep.
And because of that, it's probably he might have permanent damage to that foot. That he has to make a decision whether or not he can play like that and be effective, or he's going to have to start to look at a different career.
Yep.
Because and it's the same thing with Overshown. Overshown is I'm starting to label him, and he got a concussion this time, but it's always something. It's always something that takes you off the field, and next year is his contract year, and every single year that he's played, he's missed significant time.
I bet you he'll get that contract on since.
Are we going to pay him and have another Sean Lee?
Yeah.
Every single year or something?
I guarantee Next year he gonna ball out in that contract year.
Yeah, Dak a contract when he tore his fucking ankle off his damn leg.
Because I was talking to Fifth and OG and them earlier today when they were streaming the game, and I was like, if you look back at the 2020 Rams, they shipped out Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey. They cut Cooper Cup at this offseason. Like, can you imagine right now if they cut CD Lamb? This fan base would lose their shit.
But you know what though? Here's the thing. Back to you described a great point about the Rams. Let's look at the Rams. Okay? They won that Super Bowl, right? They went all in, as the saying goes, right? They were in cap hell for 3 years, and look how they rebuilt and retooled this roster.
And they did it with very minimal picks. They traded away the picks for Matthew Stafford.
They they hit in the draft. They got Byron Young, Verse. Yeah, they hit. Yeah.
I mean, and you know what's funny? You hear about them. They don't go to the combine. You know, all these little things, they're different. And you're just finding people like Bukuka. I mean, I never heard of the kid. I'm gonna be honest.
Fourth round pick.
I mean, never heard of them. And they keep doing that. And I'm looking at this, and this reminds me of Jimmy Johnson, because Jimmy was finding those gems in later rounds. I mean, you're supposed to hit on your first round pick for the most part, okay? Because those are supposed to be the so-called given picks. It's when you get that sixth round pick. I mean, we've had some, don't get me wrong. I mean, Dron Bland, and of course you didn't match him correctly. You hit every once in a while, but you have more busts than you have success. And when you look at the Rams organization, how they understand how to match gap, how they go about building those contracts. I mean, why did Dak? I mean, listen. Let's say this is not me, but let's just say, okay, you believed in Dak Prescott. Okay, fine. Why does he have to have a no trade clause? Why is that? Why was he? And I know a lot of players get it. And my brother was telling me the other day. He says, it's because these players don't want to have to uproot their family and go somewhere else. I'm like, okay, fine. But if I'm paying you this kind of money, do you not believe in yourself? Then you're basically saying that I don't believe in myself and that I know you guys are going to trade me. And, and I just look at this situation. I'm like, both contracts with Dak, which is garbage. It's probably the worst contract in professional sports. I mean, Deshaun Watson's contract was bad, but you could, if you want to, make the argument, well, he didn't have a good roster to work with. You could say that with Deshaun because the line was horrible. I mean, all he had was Amari Cooper on his last leg. I mean, you could make that argument. And, of course, all the other drama that came with him, and he earned it. He earned it what happened to his career to go down the toilet. But I'm just saying, this contract is by far the worst contract ever I've seen. I mean, because it really hampers this team as to what you can do. So,
yeah, Jerry told him that too. He told him that fanboy slurpees is what was going to happen if he signed that to this contract. It was going to be all on. What was the quote he made?
He said Dak Prescott has got to do more. He got to
do more with less.
Yeah,
do more. And he can't. Yeah. And he had more than he's had now, and he couldn't do it. So why are you? I mean, to me, I really felt that. And call me delusional on this. I really felt that going into last season in training camp, and I got corrected, but it felt like to me that they're looking at Lance and saying, okay, you know what, screw it, Dak bye, whatever, sit on the bench, I don't care, and just lose like we did. Dak got hurt, whatever. My point is, he wouldn't have gotten that contract. I mean, Jimmy Johnson said it. He said that he wouldn't sign Dak to that contract. Who are you competing with? Everyone keeps saying all these teams would go and sign him. But you know what? I don't buy that because Lamar Jackson, remember, he was available.
Yeah, that's a lie.
And they didn't. Nobody, not one person, not one team called Lamar Jackson.
And you're trying to tell me that Dak Prescott's in a higher league than Lamar Jackson? Yeah, okay. I want whatever you're smoking then, because it makes no sense. Because it just. Oh my God! These are the kinds of mistakes as a business you just cannot make. And here's one that proves the point even further to a business. Charlotte Jones, right? I don't know if you guys noticed this, right? On social media, she used to post a hell of a lot. That game when we lost to the Packers in the playoffs, where she hyped it up with called a whiteout. They're trying to make the stadium full with Cowboy fans, and when the fans were all leaving the game, what was it, by halftime? And she's the marketing queen. She's the one that has built the brand. What Jerry loves so much about the Cowboys, all that money. Mm-hmm. She's quiet. And the reason why, I remember I tweeted out to her or something. I said, something or other. And she says, it's hard to sell when no one's having fun. And that's where you're at now. And I just think the fans need to understand that. I know it's hard for us to understand that because this is a proud franchise, 5-time Super Bowl winners, but it's been 30 years. You got people who have grown up, have families and everything, and have never seen the Cowboys win. Unbelievable.
Shit, that's me. I'm 31.
Hey, I got a
I'm
question.
so sorry, young man. I'm really sorry to hear that.
I got a
Shit, but
question.
shit, I seen some good shit, but this Dak era shit, this shit been ass.
I got a
But yeah,
question for the panel. Bro.
Go ahead.
What were you guys' record predictions before the season started?
I said 7-9.
I'll be honest with you, man. I canceled my.
I was
I
like
told you.
8-9.
I thought we were 5-11.
I said 7-9.
I had us at 5-12.
Oh
Mm.
shit.
So you're right. I keep skipping the extra game. You're right.
I had us at 5-12 when we
Same.
made the Pickens trade. I bumped it up and I said we might win up to 7. We are right where everybody predicted them to be.
But you know
Yeah,
how
I knew
sad
it.
that is?
Yeah.
But you realize how sad that is? Think about it. With the trades they've made, the fact that at the beginning of the season, we as fans, people who are on the couch, can predict in pretty much accurate fashion where this team was going to be.
Yep.
The only season I think that I was caught off guard with them was that one year where they almost like won every game. It was ridiculous. I was kind of like, where did that come from? But other than that, because I remember they got rid of Amari and all that stuff, and they were just kind of like, ain't going to do nothing, and then they pulled something else. But
Yeah, I knew they was gonna be like a 7-9 team. How many playoffs? They put like 5-6 playoff teams on their schedule from last year. You can't keep going 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. The schedule gonna get tough.
I think it might have been like 7 or 8.
Yeah, they put like 7-8 playoff teams, and remember they sucked last year too. And they ain't draft no. I mean, Tyler Booker, he a stud, I guess, but that keep drafting the offensive linemen, the same philosophy. That shit ain't working out. And you got to think they done drafted 6 first-round offensive linemen in damn near the past 12 years. Tyron Smith, Travis Fresh, Zach Moore.
I have no problem. I have no problem with the line drafting. I have a problem where it took you how many years to recognize you need a defensive tackle, and all of a sudden you go crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I was screaming for defensive tackle. I was screaming trenches. My bad there, but
no. Go ahead. I'm with you. Go
I
ahead.
was screaming trenches in the draft this season, bro.
Yes, we
I
were.
won't worry about wide receiver. I won't worry about running. I mean,
No.
I say I won't worry about, but I was saying the emphasis should have been placed on the trenches. D tackle in the first fucking round.
They should have drafted Big Kenny Grant or traded up for Mason Graham, man.
Right. I mean, and like you're saying right there. See, now if you look at it, let's look at it from a structural standpoint. You've been built. Okay, so if you look at what you have right now, and if you didn't have all your money tied up in this quarter, let's say Dak had not signed that contract. Let's look at it honestly. You've gotten yourself the center. You got your guards. You're pretty much almost done with tackle. You got to make a couple more moves there. And on your defense, you got 2 DTs. One's is aging, but it's workable. Unfortunately, you lost Nealon the way we did, which sucked. But you need to get some edges. Your corners, there was no way of knowing that this was going to happen to them as we've seen it, with Eberflus, showing that the zone thing. But you should have known that. Once again, not knowing your personnel, that, and should have told you not to get Eberflus, but you did it anyway. And so you go into this draft, right? And let's say you didn't have Dak. I mean, you could be going. I mean, you would have lost more, yes. And you'd be grabbing those pieces you guys are talking about. Maybe grabbing the corner. And honestly, in this draft, you should be looking for that save from Ohio State you mentioned earlier. That should be
bounce.
I mean, gosh. I mean, and listen, you can't tell me in 2 or 3 more years based on the picks you have now, you couldn't fix the rest of those pieces. I mean, they keep. I mean, look at the Raiders. That stupid thing with Genty. The running back's the last piece, man. You don't get it now. But anyway, sorry.
Absolutely. Facts. No, that's facts. Certain skill running backs are a dime a dozen, man. You can find a running back all the time. It's hard to find a bell cow, but you can put a team of running backs together throughout the draft.
Yeah.
Now to get a 3-down back, that's rare. You probably have to draft those high in the first round. But 90% of the teams in the league don't have bell cows. There's probably only 3 or 4 in the entire league.
Right.
So you don't have to like Zeke when he came in, he was a bell cow. He
Yep.
faded out real fast, but Zeke was 3 downs.
Well, that's why he fade out through cracks. I mean, look at how many games you're playing now. And
Yeah,
of
and
course,
Ohio State beat the hell out of him. That people don't
Yeah.
He
people
had to
don't count
carry
people don't
Dak.
count those.
Sorry,
They don't
Yep.
count those
Carry that
miles.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
Dallas
carried that.
was
He carried this team. Nobody gave him props. They was trying to say Dak was doing, bro. It was Zeke carrying this motherfucking team. Man. Yeah.
My question is for JB. JB, where is the website for the Slurpees so they can get their? That's all I want to know, man. Come on, we gotta get that done.
Hey, I hear you there, man.
I'm still waiting on my cake from Sports Junkie.
Oh, you ain't got that yet. I ain't
Oh, I
seen
wanna hear
Sports
more about
Junkie in a
that.
minute.
Man, Sports Junkie disappeared as soon as they started losing.
Oh
Sounds
man,
about
you
right.
right.
Hey, let
I
me
ain't
give
seen
a
him
shout
on
out
the
to
live yet. Where he been at?
He answered a text message, but he ain't getting on live.
Hey, hold on.
Oh man, we was supposed to run the table and win the Super Bowl after that. Oh
That
man, that's
every week he
bad.
every week he came up with a different scenario.
You know, and the sad part
Hold
about
on,
it,
I'll
though,
get back to it, man. Let me give a shout out to Evil Biscuit, man. Give me this
Okay.
$20 super chat, man. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas, JB, to all the Dak fanboys. You're idiots if you think Dak is a Come on, man.
What y'all think about? Y'all think they should use one of them picks on the quarterback?
Yeah.
It-
Yeah, I
no,
think so,
no.
man.
Mm-mm.
I
there's
do.
only there's only two draftable quarterbacks in
No,
this
yeah,
draft.
yeah. There's no point.
Okay.
The
You
dude
got
the dude in Oregon and Mendoza. That's it. If they're gone, you're just wasting a pick.
You,
Okay.
you just continue. You just continue. Here's the sad part: they have a decent formula. It's just that second contract, and then overvaluing your players. I mean, 'cause I'm just saying. Look, this draft, if you want to be smart, I mean, here's the sad part. Not smart. Take that back. It's not even smart. I know Jerry's going to do this. That running back for Notre Dame, Love, if he's there, I promise you, one of those picks he's going to use on him. I promise you that because he's got what's he calling cherry plums in his eyes? What the heck he calls it? Or squirrel brain or whatever. Yeah, he's eating too many squirrel brain. It's starting to affect him. He's thinking like a squirrel. But I mean, it's just unbelievable because I mean, I could see him doing it, and you think with this offensive line makes sense, and you're like, okay, because I can see the logic they're going to use to make the argument. You say, well,
No, he's a stud though. Love is a stud.
I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just telling you the argument they're going to use to convince them that's the best decision for them. They're going to say, well, Dak won't have to throw the ball more than 30 times, right? You'll keep the defense off the field longer, right? Because the offense will hold the clock or try to eat the clock out. But here's the problem, though, guys. You have no secondary, right? You have no pass rush. You don't have a defensive quarter. I mean, Dan Quinn, I now realize that all the smoke and mirrors he did, you know, and I'm not a Dan Quinn's fan. I told my brother for years, like he's a guy that he fixes the problem one time and then he goes back to where it got him in trouble in the beginning. I mean, because I saw it with Micah Parsons. The first 2 years, what did he do? He moved them everywhere. Then all of a sudden, now he's just an edge. I'm like, what are you doing? I love the idea that I did not know where Micah was going to line up, and that put the defense in a rut because you have a young quarterback. You know, they don't know all these things. But when you start putting a guy at his size, first of all, he's an undersized edge, and expect him to go up against a 350 pound tackle every down, it's just absurd, you know. And that's the thing. So anyway, you need to somehow, I don't know how you're going to do this, get a defensive coordinator that's going to provide you those smoke and mirrors, right? You got to reduce Dak's passes to like 20-25%, and at the same time,
Man, I've been saying that shit, bro.
yeah, but you know how hard that is, JB. I mean, today's style of football. I mean, look at the Colts. They proved that formula for the most part, but that, as you saw, it still fell apart towards the end.
And they did not pay Dak Prescott $60 million to hand the ball off.
That's the problem.
As long as Dak Prescott is making $60 million and CD's making 34, and they about to face Pickens somewhere north of 30, they're gonna want that ball in there.
Quarterback, he's not.
He's not a pocket passer like that. That's the problem.
But they're gonna make him try to earn it. I'm telling you, there's no way they're gonna sit there. They're not okay winning 17-10.
Yeah, he's right. Hold on, JB, can you pull back that last statement that just popped up?
Willy Wonka?
Yeah, read that.
Willy Wonka, what's happening, bro? I've never seen a QB like Dak who was behind the points, laughing and smiling on the sideline like
I saw that today.
I saw that
That's-
too.
he
Yeah,
did that, he
Yep.
did that a couple times this season against other teams too. Against the Bears.
The
He did-
Bears.
I'm gonna tell
Yep.
you something. We were watching that game, and we turned the channel. Okay, we were just like, you know what? We tolerate a lot of crap over the years, man. Put it this way, I'm not going to say who it is, but I had the privilege of working on. I work in IT, okay, but I had the privilege of a previous quarterback. His name will not be named. That played for the Cowboys, and we had a talk. And his things to me was this. And he just said this. His coach. He said his coach. I'm not going to say who the coach is or either. If he played like how Prescott did, he'd be on the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous, man, because he was pissed. I mean, seriously, we're putting his computer to do some stuff, updates, blah blah blah, right? And we're just sitting there talking, right? Because I just felt, well, here's a chance to talk to someone who's played the game and get his perspective on it. And his face was all red. He was pissed, and he was just going through all different things with me. And I'm going, okay, I'm a couch potato fan, and what I'm saying is no different than someone who actually played the game. I mean, what more do you want? But at the end, look, I'm looking at it like this, right? I look at Herbert today, right? And people say Herbert this and that. Listen, Herbert's got both tackles are gone, right?
His whole offensive line was gone. Damn
He's
near.
gone. Who are his? Can you guys name his receivers?
He got washed up Keenan Allen. He got
Who
Lad
else?
McConkey. He got Quentin Johnson.
I think Keenan Allen is out for the year.
No, he got hurt today.
He's behind him, but yeah, you're right on that. He out.
Yeah,
you see what I'm
Keenan
saying?
Allen got hurt.
But you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying, though? Who are
Man.
they? And then you saw the passes, and let's be honest, Quentin Johnson don't got good hands, but also he's able to catch because his quarterback puts it just right where you got to be a fool not. I mean, these are professional athletes. You're going to catch.
Did you see Derek? Did you see how Justin Herbert was just dipping and using his legs and
The
I'm
man
like-
got
The pocket.
he got one hand, man.
one hand, and he just that's a first round talent right there, though. You see where we going with this?
Yeah, but you had a chance to get him.
Yep. And a lot of people thought Herbert wasn't gonna be good because he came out of that Oregon system, just like they thought Bo Nix wasn't gonna be good either.
Well, but
Yeah.
the problem with the Oregon system, which is this, okay, I always felt that if you're going to get a player, first of all, they have to have the talent. Okay, Herbert has the talent. They don't need to start right away. They need to sit. And the problem is, and this is a league problem, nobody wants to wait on the quarterback because they're looking at it from the standpoint of you have 5 years of this rookie contract where it's cheap, and you need to find out right away. And so that's why Mendoza is very exciting for a lot of teams because he processes very fast, right? Does he have the strongest arm? No. I think the best equivalent, I'm not saying he's going to be him, okay, make that very clear. But if you had to use a pass quarterback in terms of capabilities, it's you have to hope that he does something like a Peyton Manning, where Peyton did not have the strongest arm, but he understood and recognized defenses. He made all things. The question is Mendoza going to be that committed, that obsessive commitment, I should say, of a Peyton Manning? That's the question that you have to find out in 2 years.
Step one would be getting his ass under center.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the quarterback from Oregon, he hasn't played enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, him
He ain't
coming
got
out,
enough.
like,
Yeah.
Why would you? I mean, I get it from a cash standpoint why you would come out, like back in the old days when they didn't get paid, but you're getting paid in college now. So why are we rushing to come out? Continue to hone your craft.
It's because it's a weak quarterback class, and he's going to go top 10 versus
Right.
next year where he might go top 20.
Right,
Or-
but it
or
hurts.
later.
But I'm saying it still it could hurt his career, and he's
Yeah,
got to
it-
hope he goes to it. Well, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, he's making the decision that I can be a top 10 pick right now
Yeah.
if I come out this year. Versus, I mean, even Sanders did it. Remember when he was
Yeah.
going to come out the year before, but it was loaded up with a whole bunch of quarterbacks. He went back, played one more year, thinking that he would go, top 3 or whatever, and
Yep.
that shit
The
didn't work out.
The league hates Dion.
He was. Yeah, nah. He got. You know how the league did him dirty.
Like I
right there.
said, they hate Dion. That's all.
Yeah, they did him dirty right there. Nah.
But I'm just saying. I mean, but I'm looking at this whole situation. Yes. But I just think that if I'm the Cowboys this offseason, okay, you really have to look in the mirror and say, okay, we have to make a change. And it's not so much a change of coaches and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking from an organizational workflow standpoint, how you guys go about addressing your contracts. You got to bring in outside consultants, whatever. You have to fix that. That's more important than even this upcoming draft. You have to fix that. And
I don't know where they go from here, man.
So
well,
this is the
thing. That's what
this is the problem. This is the problem with the contracts. You have really three sides to it. You got the owner, GM, the agent, and the player. And sometimes the player doesn't want to sign a contract early, thinking that the money's going to go up next year.
Fine.
So, like CeeDee Lamb, we found out Jerry Jones tried to get him a contract early. CeeDee said, "I'm gonna bet on myself." CeeDee went out there, put 1,700 yards up, became the second highest paid player at wide receiver ever.
Right.
So you have that factor, but then you have these egos. And I keep saying, I think Jerry Jones is in early state dementia, Alzheimer's, because the dude continues to make the same mistakes and act like it's the first time the shit ever happened. Like he don't remember.
But he's been like
fuck up from last year.
But he's done that for 30 years. So I'm not even going to put it in the same thing as the match.
And part of it is, and the reason I was bringing up the Rams earlier is Jerry Jones, when you become a Cowboy, he inducts you as family. Once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy. And he collects players like trinkets. Like people that travel around the world shopping. He don't want to give them away.
Yeah, you're right about
let
that
them go.
shit.
And if you think about it, what Jerry Jones been the owner. Jerry Jones been the owner for what? Almost 40 years. A little bit over 40 maybe. Just about.
But
44, in 40 years, there's only been two players that Jerry Jones has been pissed off with. Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. Those are the only two players that have literally got on the wrong side. The rest of them, Jerry Jones will do the back and forth negotiation shit, the Zeke who and all of this stuff, and Dak Prescott took advantage of me. But in the end, Trayvon Diggs was one of the first players that he fined for not showing up during the offseason. Normally they wave that shit away.
And the reason behind that is like what you said. If you go ahead and you kiss the ring, Jerry's okay. And and that's why I'm saying structurally, just validate my point. Structurally, they need to look themselves in the mirror and say, okay, this is what we need to fix. And players like for example, George Pickens. Let's use that's the big picture guy, right? When you look at George Pickens, they have to look at themselves like, okay, does he justify? And they have to be honest with themselves. Don't worry about the star power. Just look at how your roster is constructed right now. Is he good enough to pay more than Lamb or the same as Lamb or whatever you're thinking of paying him? You really have to think about it. Is it worth what comes with that? Are you built to handle all that? They have to be honest with themselves. And then if he goes and says to you, and I'm being ridiculous here, and maybe I might be accurate, where he says, nah, man, I want to be paid 40. Bye. Because you have to do that.
Yeah. Same thing with Michael Parsons. He wanted 45 plus.
And they were correct to get rid of him. I'm thinking, listen, this is what I would have done. I told you guys with Dak. If you, and I guarantee, and every fan will have to agree with this, if Dak was talking about after his rookie year when it came to re-signing him after he was injured, by the way, if he said, okay, hey Jerry, I would do it for $22 million. Yeah, I'll sign it, and we wouldn't be talking about how much we're paying him and all that stuff, because then you had cap, or it's like Jerry say, pie to go around everywhere. But no, he going after you for $40 million. I'm thinking, dude, you're injured and you were not the MVP. You did not take me to a Super Bowl. You didn't do nothing. What am I paying you $40 million to do, or what you've done for me? The answer is I don't even know if you're going to heal properly, because everyone heals differently. So you got lucky him coming back and healing correctly, right? And let's look at how good was that for you. And then now you come up. Here's that third contract. And, I mean, you should know, I think Richard Sherman said it best. You know what you have when a quarterback has played 2 full seasons back-to-back, what you have at quarterback. You should know what you have at that point. And the fact that the Cowboys kept hesitating each time with his contract shows me that we have a structural problem where we do not know how to evaluate our talent correctly.
Jerry
Yeah,
Jones ain't want to pay him.
they
Yeah.
paid Dak
Yeah, but
Prescott
whoever, I'm
because,
just saying, whoever it is, they're not making right decisions.
but they
Steven,
paid
man.
they paid Dak Prescott because Dak Prescott puts asses in seats, and he's not going to say anything or do anything off the
Company
field
man. Yes.
or in front of a mic
Yeah.
that's gonna put Jerry Jones and them behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, company man.
That is
Yeah.
why Dak Prescott got it. Dak Prescott got $60 million for saying yes, master. That's why he
Yeah.
got $60 million.
I honestly
Because
think he look at him like as a slave. Literally. Yes,
no,
man.
I don't think that.
I
I
don't
just
buy
think
that,
that
though,
Dak
but-
Prescott keeps him at arm's reach, but they
Yup.
got a
A puppet.
mutual respect that Dak, you gonna do this and it's gonna make me money and I'm gonna pay you this. That's why Dak Prescott can sit in the middle of a blowout laughing on the sideline because he got a check for $9 million coming in.
He got benched today.
But
Yeah, he got
Dak Prescott, if we look at it from forget football for now, if we look at it from a true business standpoint, Dak Prescott is a very, very savvy businessman. I have to give him that. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a
And
finesse. I give him that.
And Jerry, for some reason, respects that, even though it's at his own detriment, which to me is ridiculous.
It's a mutual
Because
respect
I've always been the guy that says, look, for the players, you're putting your life on your body on the line for the organization. You want to get as much money as you can out of it. I get all that. But like I said to Sports Junkie when we had a good argument on his channel like a year ago, I think at this point.
That's the last time he was live.
Yeah, I know, right? When he asked me the question, right? We're talking about it's like, okay, what would you like more, man? The money or Super Bowl? I said to him, depends on who I won the Super Bowl with. He's like, what are you talking about? It says, bro, if I win the Super Bowl as a Dallas Cowboy, I'm set for life.
Your money don't even matter.
My money doesn't end because afterwards, I mean, look at all these players who are retired and businesses they can have because you got to look past your playing days.
Endorsements, everything.
Right. Now, if I go win the Super Bowl with the Bengals, who free cares? I would want the money. And he's like, nah, you're not being real because you take the money. I'm like, no, I'm looking at the situation. I'm a Dallas Cowboy, right? If I take less money and I play well, right? Two things happen. One is I'm going to be on the team longer, right? I can build up my brand more because the Dallas Cowboys are a brand that you can build on top of. And I get all this other money. And it's Texas. I mean, taxes. I mean, there's so many things going for you being a Cowboy. And Jerry, you know, they've always counted on that. But the reason why it doesn't work for them anymore because they ain't winning. You can't
That shit
sell-
washed now.
Yo, but
Hey, it might get like the 80s in a minute though, for real.
Yeah, that shit washed now. That brand is dead,
but
bro. They ain't
did y'all
winning.
No,
shit.
it's not. It's not dead because look how many fans he's making. The organization's worth was it 13 billion? Sorry, what is
it's
it
up
worth?
there. It's around
Yeah.
12.6
It's
or something.
regardless. It's the number one most valued brand of sports, all sports. Okay, so the brand is not an issue. All right, the issue is, you know, what is it you're trying to do? Because you see, the thing is, you got to look past today. You can't just think today. Yes, you want to get paid. I mean, listen, 20 million. I mean, look, Josh Allen took a beautiful hit at Dak Prescott when he got paid, and he said, "What did he say? What did he get paid? What was it? What did Josh Allen
He
get
said
paid?
an extra million when something about a
Yeah, he was saying that he was already comfortable.
Oh,
with it.
5 million
Yeah.
isn't gonna. What can
Something
I do
like
with
that.
5 million more that I can't
Yeah.
do with
Yeah.
And that was a dig at Prescott because, I mean, seriously, when you're at 40 million dollars, I mean, what can't you do? I mean, seriously.
Yeah,
I
but
mean-
there in Dallas there is a lack of. So, for instance, I don't know if y'all saw the clip, but Chris Canty was on ESPN First Take at the beginning of the season, and
My example.
they asked him, and he said winning the Super Bowl in New York was great. He said, but every day as a Cowboy felt like the day I won that Super Bowl.
Damn.
And that's the culture. I got the clip saved on my phone. If y'all put
Yeah, I
that
know
number
exactly
in the
what
back
you're
chat,
talking
I'll send it to you.
I
He
remember that.
literally said that every day in Dallas felt like winning the Super Bowl in New York. And he would trade the Super Bowl in New York for the years he had in Dallas.
Of
Damn.
course.
And so these dudes are treated like winners. They're treated like success
But they ain't
just
did
because they
shit.
put on the star. Just because they put on the star.
And,
We
Womp
and,
look,
and,
womp.
look
and
every year we crown our draft picks.
That's
Every
true.
year they see a draft pick and they go, "Oh, he's the
Yep.
next this. He's the next this, or he reminds me of this." And
Just
the
like
dude
they
ain't even.
wanted your boy he with the Raiders now.
yep. I mean,
Genty.
Genty, right?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. You think about that, right? All this is available. You're telling me that when you go to negotiate these players, okay, I don't care generational thing, whatever. No, that's all BS. The Cowboys are the most valuable brand. You're not able to sell it, and to me, if a player cannot comprehend the situation they're in with the Cowboys, I don't need him on this team. I'm sorry. I don't care how talented you are. If you can't understand that winning a Super Bowl and you become a legend and you have generational wealth that can come with that, as long as you're not stupid with your money and you're thinking past your playing days. Micah Parsons, for some parts of that, understands that he will not be playing this game forever. However, he's overplaying his hand. But I get it. And I'm just saying that's the mentality the Joneses have to look at this. I mean, George Pickens. I'm sitting down with Pickens. And I look, man, the Steelers traded your ass, and that's a legendary franchise there too. So here you are with the Cowboys. Yeah, we're dysfunctional right now. Let's be honest, we're dysfunctional. We need to be realistic as to what we can pay you because we're trying to win right now. And if you're not about winning, there's the door. And I just think that a fair price for Pickens right now is either the same that you paid Lamb or a little bit less. We're not going more because he does not have that equity with the company. He doesn't have any of that.
I don't think you can pay another receiver $34 million and fix his defense at the same time.
I said 30 something in that. I'm just saying if you want to keep.
Yeah, CD's making 34. So
Right.
even if you paid him 30, you got 64 million tied up in CD, and then you got another 60 million tied up in him. You gave sorry ass Osa Digizua. I'm about to rant. You gave sorry ass Osa Digizua $20 million. You gave sorry ass Bland money. And who the fuck is Hunter Lipke to get another fucking contract? I'm so sick of these motherfuckers. Yo,
But Brandon Harvey still ain't got no contract.
That's crazy.
and y'all broke the fucking kicker a week ago. You broke my kicker.
Rookie.
You broke
Yeah, he done for. They don't do him just like Dan Bailey and them.
Yo, and these sorry ass fucking Dak Lover fans sitting up there blaming the kicker. They blame the kicker. You had him out there kicking 6 fucking field goals. 6.
Trash.
And then your sorry ass offense come out here and can't even sniff a touchdown in the second half of a game. Yo, MVP, Hall of Fame quarterback can't even score a fucking point in the second half. Man, y'all got to miss me with that shit. Get off Dak Prescott nuts. It's over. Sink that shit to the bottom of the fucking sea and move on, man.
Man, that shit over.
Titanic, man.
Yeah, that shit over with, man. That shit is done with. The Dak era, that shit over with. Hoping he gonna win some shit.
Yo,
man, that shit is over with.
This is the sad part. What people don't realize is Dak Prescott can play another 10 fucking years.
Oh, fuck
that. Because fucking Phillip Rivers is 44-year-old. They called him back. Aaron Rodgers in year 21.
Yeah. But you got to put in perspective. Them niggas is first round talent. I don't know if Dak can still throw that ball at they age. That nigga ain't got that.
It's not about that. It's about how the Cowboys front office views Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Which goes back to the point I just said. They need to this offseason. It's not even about picks. You need to do a organizational overhaul of understanding of what your players and they won't do it. They won't do it. I mean, this guy made a great point. Fucking cut Jake Ferguson, he already acting like he's as old as Jason Witten, like he's done it.
Oh.
I mean, and you know what? I know what MVP that Dak's gonna have is called minimum value provided. That's what it stands for. Minimum value provided. Let me say that.
Like a health insurance company.
Hold on. Mark Holmes, if you're watching, minimum value provided. That's what he is.
I don't know if Mark Holmes much.
Mark Holmes ain't watching this shit.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all this. A lot of them do watch y'all, man. They watch more than you think.
I know.
They watch a lot more than you think.
Yeah,
Because
they be
y'all will
creeping Watson.
y'all will say
So
some
he's
shit on
the
y'all
biggest creep
channel.
on the planet when it comes to
Y'all
that.
will say some shit on y'all channel, and the next thing you know, those guys will start talking about it a week or two later.
Hold on. I got one for the law or whatever he calls himself.
Law Nation.
Hold on, Derek, before you do that,
yeah,
real quick.
whatever. The beard
Hold on, Derek.
that can't be. Huh?
This for you. I'm sorry, man. Hold on before you do that real quick.
Go ahead.
Jack
Sorry.
Delusional, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Damn, man. I ain't heard you, man. I want to hear your thoughts about
Yeah,
this, bro.
speak your man.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I want to hear your thoughts, man. You know, I had to shout you out on my video.
Good.
I had to go look at that shit, man. That press conference, bro.
Mhm.
Man,
Yeah,
come on, bro.
they would blame the defense in the first half because they gave up 14 points. I mean, they keep blaming the defense, but all the resources on the offense, really. And you got an MVP quarterback with 2 number 1 receivers that scored 3 points in the second half.
Man,
So we keep blaming the defense while we keep trying to put things on offense to carry down. Build a defense. Don't worry about that offense no more. Don't pay Pickens. Go pay somebody a free agency to help the defense.
But wait,
Because
I thought Dak was Peyton Manning, where you don't need a defense, Mr. Delusion. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I must be slurping. Sorry.
so because we're gonna always blame the defense, fix the defense. Tobit and Floyd Noah should be good enough receivers that we don't need Pickens.
Absolutely.
Facts. I just seen Trevor Lawrence just put 300 yards, 3 TDs on this Broncos defense right now. I'm watching the game.
You shouldn't have to keep on that. You shouldn't have to keep drafting.
Shit.
You shouldn't have to keep drafting offensive linemen.
Exactly.
First round picks to protect
exactly.
That should be on the defense. That should be your trenches on the defense.
That's the problem. Drafting all the offensive linemen, that shit not getting us nowhere.
They want to compare themselves to the Eagles. Where are the Eagles' first round picks at?
Not on that. That shit on that defense. You got Jalen Carter, you got Quinyon Mitchell, you got Cooper DeJean. These is first and second round picks. You got Jordan Davis. Yeah.
So the bottom line is, with that, we would never be able to have a good team because everything gonna have to go to Dak because he's gonna need extraordinary players on offense to carry him. He can't have just good players. He gotta have great players.
But back to look at the Eagles though. Once again, what did they do? They get people. I mean, they had that Rashawn Reddick. He wanted more than they were prepared to give, and they said they traded his ass. I mean, they have in their mindset as to what they're going to pay for each one of those positions.
Okay, and if they don't want to play ball, they get their value out of them.
They get rid of them. Any player that decides they're worth more than what they have allocated to that position, they get rid of them.
The Patriots had 2 dynasties off that shit.
Correct. The Patriots are a great example of that. Now, like Dak says, well, I don't have a wife that makes stuff like Brady's wife. Well, you know what? That sold me all. Like I said, I love that intro that JB does, man. I'd play this game for free. How does it go? JB, can you play that for
me? Man, we knew his ass was lying.
Lying like a motherfucker. He moving back and forth and shit.
The same way sorry ass Micah Parsons ass talking about I don't need to be the highest paid player in the defense.
He said that shit too.
That lying ass motherfucker, man.
Hey, nigga, y'all gotta get your money, shit. I don't blame them black folks.
I will never blame a player for getting his money because if Jerry Jones paid me $60 million, I'm gonna knock on his door and ask for 61 the next day. I don't blame the player. That is Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones' job is to manage the cap. Mine is to get as much money for my family as possible.
My mama.
It's Jerry Jones' job to say, hey, if that's what you want, best of luck in your future endeavors. That's Jerry Jones' job.
But Dak Prescott getting $60 million. It's nothing to justify that shit.
Jerry cannot stand the fact that someone tells him no. That's what it comes down to. It boils down to.
You can pull somebody from the Zulu tribe in Africa and play one tape of Dak Prescott, and they'd be like, "You paid this motherfucker $60 million?"
No, facts.
It don't take much to see like Dak Prescott comes up short.
Yeah, it don't take. It's crazy. Like we couch potatoes or woo or whatever, and we can see this shit in the front office. Can't do that shit. See that shit.
I still can't get over when we talked about him not able to understand cover zero. I just can't.
Wait, what the
I
fuck
can't
happened in
cry.
the second half today?
He
Hey,
can't
the
understand
show
cover
happened.
0,
What do you mean
cover
what
1,
happened?
cover 2, cover 4, cover none. He can't cover himself with a fucking blanket. This dude
Yeah,
is
what the fuck
trash,
was
man.
that?
Hey, but you know that show called How About something with
How
Bear?
about them Dax?
No, it's a show called How About something. It's a spinoff of the Cowboy Show. They said that the Vikings only ran cover 0 8 times. They didn't run it that many times. Dak just was so dumb he couldn't read defense wasn't cover 0.
What it is they ran cover 0 and then they fake cover 0.
Fake
That's
them.
that's
Yeah.
what that dude. That's what they not telling you is that Dak Prescott struggles when you show one coverage and then
And
you
he back
shift to a
out.
different coverage. So
Post
they know Dak Prescott can't read cover 0. So they show cover 0 and back off into cover 2, and Dak Prescott eyes get so fucking big he can read the back of his ears.
If you notice,
hold on, DJ. Hey, uncensored. Dak said him and Shotty worked on that all week.
Man, fire Shotty ass fucking too, because that was
out in the game.
Shotty ass need to be fucking
That's what
fired
I'd be
too,
doing.
man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by you're overvaluing your players, you're overvaluing your coaches. I mean, look, the fact that Shotty and Dak said that, I would have fired Shotty right there. The fact that you're
Absolutely.
telling me you said, I mean, that's a fireable offense,
Man.
And a fireable
that's
offense
embarrassing.
was last year when Dak says, "Well, then told a fan to jump off the bandwagon."
Yeah.
If
That's
you want
fireable
to.
right there.
No. When I was at the Atlanta game, when he said we fucking suck and you fucking suck. No, that was fireable, nigga. No.
All bottom line, all that's fireable. I mean, because you know what? That just shows the culture you got. You got a losing mentality. Your leader's a loser.
Yep.
Okay?
He's a loser. Yep.
The fact that a corner in practice is calling your quarterback a
A
bitch.
bitch.
Dude, I've never heard that. And then on top of that,
Man.
the thing that really irked me when I was really done with Dak was when I heard this phrase. I've never heard it for any quarterback in the league. We need a Dak-friendly offense. What the hell does that mean?
Only the Cowboys say that shit. Have you ever heard a Brady-friendly offense, a Manning-friendly offense? And they started that shit with Romo and Dak.
I didn't hear
A
that with Romo.
Dak-friendly
I didn't hear
fucking
that with
offense.
Romo.
Yeah, I
Romo
didn't hear that
friendly.
with no Romo, but Dak, I heard Dak
we
friendly.
have to-
Yeah,
I
they
heard
said it with Romo too.
They said it with
Did?
Romo.
All right.
I didn't hear it, but
That's the only time I've ever heard it was with those two fucking players. That they like your quarterback isn't capable of running a complicated offense.
Right, like,
That's why Jason Garrett's offense and Shotty's offense is exactly the same. It's predicated on not being fancy and anything like that because you'll confuse your quarterback. It's just based on beating the man in front of you. You got to be better than the man in front of you. And if you have an off day, we can't scheme you open. We can't do crossers to get the defenders guessing or do a bunch formation where y'all do crossers so that they got to communicate to each other. It's just line up and run a go route. Line up, run a comeback. Line up, run an in route.
But we did have a coordinator that did that though. Kellen Moore. And they got rid of Kellen Moore because Dak thought of interceptions and a lot of these Cowboy creators blamed it on the option route and they wanted Kellen Moore out.
But this is the thing. When you have an option route, and Tony Romo and Jason Witten were absolutely excellent on it because they both understood the defense.
Timing.
They could understand it and they knew where the ball was going.
Understand the defense.
The wide receiver sees one defense. Dak Prescott sees a different defense. And so Dak Prescott is thinking out on a route, and the wide receiver is thinking post on a route.
Yeah.
No. Dak sees donuts like Homer Simpson, man. He's just seeing the whole world, man. He don't see the field.
They blamed it on the receivers, but it was Dak reading the wrong route. It wasn't
that's when I got off of Dak. When they said Dez Bryant was trash and washed, I'm like, no.
They have thrown every player, coach, everybody has been hit with a bus.
Yes.
Every single one of them.
That's when I got off of Dak Prescott when they was throwing Dez under the bus. And I remember that Aoki film video I watched like 2-3 years ago. And that nigga Dez was open all the time and Dak was just off. And I'm like, man.
Hey, let me read this comment right here, man. That's Samuel Thomas. Appreciate you, bro. So even if they can build a better defense, there's no guarantee Prescott will push the team to the Super Bowl. It's just not worth keeping Prescott.
We already know that,
Yeah.
Facts.
Because
I mean,
he's had a defense. He had it.
12
3
and
years
9.
in a row.
Yeah.
2022, 2023, he had that.
You don't.
What
you
was
don't
that
get-
score in San Francisco? 12 to 19?
Yep.
Was it? Yeah, wasn't it
They
12
didn't
to
score touchdowns.
19?
Those was all field goals. They couldn't
Then
score
he
no
throw
touchdowns.
2 picks in basically the red
And,
zone
both of their touchdowns came off of picks.
off of picks. Didn't he start off in Green Bay? It was 7-0. Then what he do? Throw the pick in the red zone to the cornerback.
That turned into 14. Then he came back and threw a
14-0.
pick six.
You see, Dak. People say Dak ain't the problem. Well, he ain't the damn solution either. So I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know what the hell.
This game today. Everyone keeps talking about Dak, Herbert, whatever. You watch how Herbert negotiated himself through the pocket. I'm not talking about when he ran. I'm just talking about just going left and right and having a feel for the pressure and adjusting and different
Beautiful
angles of the
looking.
ball and adjusting. I mean, making adjustments at the line for his protections. You can tell he was doing all that.
Yeah.
That's why he's worth the money that he is.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I put him in Dallas with the talent we had the last couple of years, the 12 and 5s. I think we had a better shot. I know we go to NFC Championship at least.
You can
You
put
can put-
Mariota.
You can put a
on
lot of
to go to
quarterbacks in Dallas. You would have probably at
I'm
least.
just saying,
Yeah.
but the point is, I'm just saying, if you want to look at what you want your quarterback to do in terms of in the pocket,
Yeah.
he put on a masterclass today in terms of how
It looked
he
beautiful.
negotiated himself in that pocket.
Huh? Dak threw a good ball earlier when
Yeah, but once again, what he did, but the
No
thing is, the
pressure,
shots
though.
he took.
Ain't no
the shots-
pressure. That's what I was saying. You notice he don't. JB, you notice he wasn't sweating before the game.
Nah, he was sweating already. His pants was already wet. What are you talking about?
I'm like, oh, he ain't sweating this game. Oh, it ain't no pressure no more. He gonna go out here trying to. But what the fuck happened in the second half?
He dacked it. That's what I call it.
Yep,
He just-
that was some
I mean,
bullshit.
it's unacceptable. As the game gets harder, he folds. If the game is just straight easy, yeah, he has great numbers, whatever. I mean, the Chiefs game, I was like, oh, he finally beat a good team. The Chiefs have been garbage this year.
They ain't no good team.
I mean, they were a good team, not this year, but I mean,
You see, he couldn't beat them when they was really a good team when they sent his ass out there to Kansas City. When their defense was good enough.
He barely beat them while they were bad. We blew them by 3
Exactly.
points.
And the refs really helped them to get there. I might be. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing.
You right.
No, I ain't gonna say nothing because people. I'm like, bro, them refs definitely helped them Cowboys get them victories. They got their little money off the Cowboys and Chiefs, and the refs stopped helping their ass.
Jerry's running out of time. He's got to put some extra money on the side. You know, he
He got to sell his soul or something. It's put $1 billion to something. I don't know what he got to do, but he got what? How many years left? Y'all think that man got? About 3, 4.
Look, man. Like I said, you got to start with the office and fixing your priorities and how you go about managing.
They just got to get some nuts and draft a quarterback.
But they got squirrel nuts. They just need.
They got to get some big nuts because you remember what was the little Netflix show? He said to the Rams on, "Yeah, I ain't got no nuts like you to get no quarterback. That's your problem right there, fool. You need to get some big ass nuts."
Had bowling ball nuts
they had bowling ball nuts and said, "Fuck Carson Wentz." Come on, man.
Willie Wonka hit it best right there. I've never hated a Dallas Cowboy player ever in my life as much as I hate seeing Dak Prescott, a Dallas Cowboy uniform. That's how I feel. It's just ridiculous. And to your point about having nuts, the Eagles did it. They got rid of Jalen Hurts. Not Jalen Hurts. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz goes to the Colts. What did the Colts do with him? They cut him. You could go to the Chiefs. They had Alex Smith. They drafted Mahomes. They get rid of Alex. And think about that year. Alex Smith took them to the playoffs.
And got rid of him.
He wasn't good enough, and they got rid of him.
Yes.
And you go to the Rams. They went to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff, and they got rid of him.
You can go to the Patriots. They drafted Mac Jones in the first round. What was that? 2 years ago or something?
Got rid of him.
They got rid of his ass.
They drafted him 3 years ago. In 2 years, after 2 years, they got rid of him.
In 2 years, you should know what you got.
They got rid of his ass.
And look, and here's the thing right now. What's the team right now? Look at the Dolphins, okay? They're gonna move
Vince
away from
Tua.
They're gonna get rid of Tua. Trust me.
And they owe him $100 million, and they still gonna get rid of him.
That's a real GM that don't got no pride and ego to admit I'm making a mistake. Let me go ahead, and that's the problem in Dallas, man.
Packers got rid of Brett Favre for Aaron Rodgers, and they did the same thing to Aaron Rodgers. You got Jordan Love.
Yeah.
And guess what? I wouldn't be surprised with the Packers, in not this year because obviously they don't have a draft pick in the first round, but don't be surprised the Packers will be drafting a quarterback. They're already, I guarantee you. Because
But they're not afraid to take him in the second round.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they're not.
Because, you know what I mean? So you're going to see the Titans. Think about it. They got Will Levis. That didn't work. Boom. Actually, no, they got
Cam
a bunch
Ward.
of them, right? Got Cam Ward. I mean, it just goes on and on. But the
Yes.
Cowboys, for some reason, we're so afraid. Post Troy Aikman, we can't handle it.
It's because they latch onto these players like they family, man.
Yeah,
It's-
man.
I tell people all the time, it's okay. They will find somebody else. You can
Yes.
let this player go.
Bro.
Yes.
They will still play football. You still can cheer for your team.
Yes.
I mean,
It doesn't matter if four is
Right,
there or not.
sister, right.
It's
I mean, look
okay.
at the Bucks. I mean, the Bucks did it, right? They had Sean King that didn't work out, so they brought in Brad Johnson, Rob Johnson.
Okay, Dak Prescott.
Fitzpatrick.
I mean, Ryan Leaf. They brought in all kinds of people, and then Brad Johnson won them a Super Bowl, and they
Cowboys-
kept doing that.
The Cowboys should have let Dak go after the 2019 season. After that
Hell
tremendous
yeah.
game he had against the
Oh
Eagles.
yeah, after his rookie year contract was up when he was hurt, I would have got rid of him.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
the fact the fact that he comes to your office and say, "Hey, JB, I think I'm worth $40 million." JB's like, "Security, get this asshole out of my office."
He was gonna get called, but I think they said that first contract, Jerry Jones was getting called racist, and he got peer pressure for that shit.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
at the Shannon Sharp.
You know what? Let me tell you
That was a
something,
second one.
Jerry. If Jerry's a racist, okay, I don't know how he's a racist because when Michael Irvin got hurt at the Veterans Stadium, and he stayed the whole night with Michael.
Except when Michael Irvin had to
That
go
that
to court.
you can't. Look,
There,
Michael's
there are certain players that Jerry
No.
Jones can be attached to. It's just like the dude that used to
yeah,
own
but I'm
the
just saying,
Clippers.
can you call him
It's
racist
just like
when you do that?
It's just like the dude that used to own the Clippers. He was racist.
Yeah,
Just
he
because,
was.
just because you associate with certain people,
No, I didn't
just
say
because-
associate.
and
The
just
guy's
because you
hurt.
employ him. Yeah, but
We all know
that's
Jerry Jones
That's
got-
Jerry Jones. That's Jerry Jones checking in on his investment.
Right.
That's different.
Yeah.
The way you look, the way I would know is if you was like, hey, a fan got hurt in the stands and Jerry Jones went and checked on him, or something
Yeah.
like that. But Jerry Jones and Michael Irvin, that's a different relationship.
Yeah.
That's a relationship forged through a give and a take.
Mm.
But because just like what was his name, Donald Sterling, he was like, hey, look, I don't want
Who
you.
the hell is that?
That used to be the owner of the Clippers.
Yeah. The
Oh,
Clippers,
okay, yeah, the
yeah.
ball
But you
dude.
see, but you know what?
Okay, yeah.
But you go back to Donald Sterling. What you saw constantly throughout his ownership, he didn't really hang out with his players. He wasn't ever in a personal setting with his players. He was there at functions with his players, but he never. And of course, he didn't want his girlfriends with the players because he said that I don't want you with. And we all know what he said. But Jerry, I mean, you hear how he has out with Jamie Foxx. I mean, I know Jerry loves being a celebrity. Jerry loves a lot of things, but I'm just saying, I don't think Jerry, if anything, I know Jerry is a jerk in other formats, but in terms of a race, I don't think he's a racist. I think he's just an idiot in terms of like how he values stuff. Because that whole thing with Jimmy Johnson, like when you hear the whole story behind it, and when his wife was like, "Why you always got to ruin things when you have it good?" Jerry is a
She
guy
said
who
that.
wants to be popular. He wants to be loved by everybody. And it hurts him to whatever degree it is not being loved. So his compensation for lack of that love, or he mistakes love is his money. And the Cowboys keep making money, therefore he equates that as he's loved.
I got a question. Who y'all want the Cowboys to draft in the first round, man?
Sonny Styles.
You said, Sonny Styles, linebacker, Georgia.
We need linebacker. Man, we don't have a linebacker.
Sonny Styles, yeah, he's stud.
We don't have a linebacker.
I think the
But we
safety
don't
from
have a
Ohio. I think the safety from Ohio State's going to help you.
And the reason I would take Caleb Downs first, but he's not going to be on the board.
Oh, I agree. But
So
I think
I
but
want Sonny
knowing-
Styles just
but
based
know-
off of where we're picking.
But knowing the Cowboys, don't be surprised if it's love. Don't be surprised.
Yeah,
I
I won't even really be mad at that pick either. I ain't gonna lie.
No, but I'm just
I
saying,
wouldn't be
it's
mad
just
at that
such a
shit.
Cowboy pick. He's
Yeah,
such
I
a
would.
Cowboy
But
fan.
you don't have a linebacker on this team. Sam Burners trash, Murray's
But
trash, Lil Fowler's
they don't
trash.
value, but that goes back to positions they don't value for whatever reason. They don't value defensive tackle, they don't value
Safety.
safety, and they don't value the linebacker. They just think
They
it's a
haven't
plug and play
they
thing.
don't.
haven't
Neither
they
one of
haven't tried to draft a safety since Roy Williams, man.
I mean,
And Roy,
exactly.
oh my God, that's bad.
And he was a
That's
biscuit away
horrible.
from me a linebacker, as Parcells said. So
I watched Roy Williams. What Roy Williams number was? 31?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Roy Williams now. Yeah.
They broke Roy Williams
Big
when they
difference.
changed the
Look at
rules on
That
him.
nigga used to wear them sleeves. He used to
Yeah,
wear
they
them
call-
sleeves.
He caused a lot of rule changes.
yeah, he did the horse collar, dude.
They broke him when they changed the rules on him.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
Roy
real.
Williams
That's when he.
Roy Williams was that
Damn.
safety before they changed the rules. See, people look at him after that rule change.
Yeah, he
never
was a
He
hitter.
was never coverage. He was never
Nah,
coverage.
he was.
He was
He
on
was
a
the
box
that
safety.
ball with
Box
you.
safety.
Who was that tight end for the Giants? He used to kill him all the time.
Shockey?
Shockey.
Shockey.
Yeah.
He shot
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you
Shockey.
when Roy Williams hurt my feelings.
When he broke Emmett's shoulder.
Yeah, when Emmitt Smith put that Cardinals jersey on, he said, "You're not a Cowboy no man. I hate to do this to you." They met in the hole.
Broke his
We
shoulder.
ain't got no players like that no more, man. Them safeties
No.
been garbage, man. J.J. Wilcox, Gerald Sensabaugh, Barry Church,
Jeff Heath.
Jeff Heath. Y'all gotta switch it up in the draft. Y'all gotta
I'm just
address that
saying,
position, man.
Yeah, like I said, like you said, he probably won't be there, but that would be a very good.
That'd be a lovely pick. Oh, me.
Like I said, they always drafting to get players to
Catering
carry
to Dak. It's catering to Dak. That's what's been going on.
Well,
Yep.
also what they think is going to sell tickets. I mean, a running back is going to be more fashionable.
Yeah, and jerseys.
Yeah,
But I ain't gonna lie, Jeremiah Love, I ain't gonna lie. He'll help Dak Prescott if they decide to run the ball.
I don't even want to hear how you said that. I mean, you're right, but I hate hearing that. He's going to help Dak.
That's what it. Hey, look, hey, the stat I seen earlier.
$60 million.
Look, the stat I seen earlier about Dak Prescott and 100-yard rusher is mind-boggling. Like this dude record without 100. It's like let me go.
Depends on the heavy
pull that
run
game.
game.
Don't mind.
Fix your defense, man. Your defense is horrible as fuck. Yo, linebacker.
Listen, you get rid of Eberflus, I guarantee this defense will be in the
Hold on,
teens.
hold on.
Just get rid
I
of
don't know, but I don't know.
Y'all
about
hear
that,
me?
man.
His record. His record is.
Uncensored.
I've been cooking. I just got
Hey,
done.
OG, hold on, man. I gotta hear OG, man. You've been quiet, bro. What's up, man?
I've been cooking dinner. I'm done.
Oh
Cooking.
shit.
Oh shit! What you making, man?
Key thing.
A little bit of little spaghetti here and some onions.
Okay.
Garlic bread? Ain't no garlic bread?
No garlic bread.
Ain't no corn?
Just steak.
Hold on now.
I might make some. I got some Jiffy in there. I might slap some Jiffy in there, man.
That ain't real cornbread.
Hell no.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometime around this motherfucker.
That Jiffy mix.
Too late.
Damn.
Right now.
Oh yeah, but look, this the stat I seen there. It was Dak Prescott when he has a rusher less than 100 yards. His record was 9-24. When he has a rusher that is 100 yards, his
Jesus.
53-7. When he has a running back that runs over 100 yards, so he depends that much on the running game.
Dak is the most dependable quarterback on the running game. In the NFL.
53-7 when he has a running back that has 30 plus attempts in the game in 100 yards. When he don't have that,
Do me a
he is.
favor.
Mhm.
Take those stats and I want it compared with Trent Dilfer.
Detroit's 8-8.
Hey, DJ, say those stats one more time, bro. Say them.
Dak stats when he don't have a 100-yard rusher or a running back that don't have a 30 plus attempt game, his record is 9-24. When he has a running back that has 30 plus attempts or 100 plus yards, his record is 53-9. That's how much he depends on the running game. This nigga's average. That's what I'm saying. Jeremiah Love will probably be the best shit for his ass.
Yeah, but what's gonna happen getting the playoffs? And they do the same thing that they did to Zeke Elliott.
Yeah, you're right.
You remember we played the Rams in the playoffs? What's going to happen?
Oh,
They do
yeah.
the same thing to him that they did to Zeke.
Hold on. Breaking news, man. This is breaking news. Hold on. So I just went into AI, and thank you, DJ, for your information. Dak Prescott has a significantly worse in games when his team does not produce 100 yards rushing, while Trent Dilfer's career is officially mediocre, but includes a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer has performed better. I mean, and he was the poster child of a quarterback not doing squat and needing a running back.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That's how they always
But
bring up Trent
Dilfer won a
Dilfer.
Super Bowl though.
Yeah, he won the Marine. That's all that matters. He did what he had to do. Shit. He won the Marine. Joe Flacco. Wait, did Joe Flacco win one? Yeah, he won
Joe
one.
Flacco won.
Yeah,
Flacco
He-
won one of the best playoff runs in the history.
Yeah, he did what he had to do. He made. I still can remember him making that fucking throw on Peyton Manning. Nigga. Come on, man.
Right. So Dak with a weak run game, the Cowboys are 10-30 in games with Dak when the team rushes for under 100 yards. A 2.5% winning percentage.
He's a play
In
action quarterback.
contrast,
That's why.
in contrast, Dallas is 72-23-1 when they rush for 100 yards or more.
Got to get that one in there.
So now let's look at that. Let's look at Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer played 13 seasons for 5 teams. His completion percentage is around 50%. Well, whatever. I mean,
It's just a damn shame.
so there's not enough games to do a fair comparison from that perspective in terms of Trent Dilfer and Dak, because he didn't start as much. But I mean,
It's
Can I shift the focus a little bit past that for a second?
yeah, sorry, yeah, please.
Can we have a conversation about Shotty as a head coach in OC?
garbage.
This dude
What?
play calling and his game management. He's not ready to be a head coach, man.
Hell no.
That's a bad hire.
That's a Dak.
weird-
Hey, sister, he here because of Dak Prescott.
I understand, but that's a bad hire.
No, you know
Yeah, a
what
horrible
kills-
hire.
You know what kills me about him though is if you look at historically what he was as an offensive coordinator, he ran the ball and people used to hate him for running the football. Now here he is, the head coach, and he ain't running the football. Right?
That's just bad.
I mean, I don't understand that. And then on top of that, to your point, his adjustments, time management, yeah, he's just not. Look, there's a reason he hasn't been a head coach. He validated everyone's thought of him as to why he's not a head coach this season. You need it. I mean, look, I don't know if he's a guy that can be like McCarthy, where he just oversees everything and you get some other people underneath him. I have no idea. And I just, Marty. I'm sorry, I just saw the comment. Marty wasn't shit. No, Marty got into the playoffs, so you can't say that. Marty's problem was he did the right thing. Now,
Marty wasn't shit.
For some reason, Marty Schottenheimer, which I never understood, he'd be running the football all season, and he goes to the playoffs, and also now he wants to throw, which I never understood that.
And he had LT.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how do you go from running the ball 25 times to 30
Wait, you said that
times
nigga had LT?
he got, yes, he did. He had
LaDainian Tomlinson.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
What? That's crazy.
They went 14-2 3 years in a row.
Right,
That's with Phillip Rivers and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And
Oh,
what
my
kills me
God.
is, when you look at his playoffs, what is it? LaDainian Tomlinson got the ball 10 times rushing. Yeah, all
That's
season.
crazy.
I mean,
His dad was the first head coach
Weird.
to ever be fired after winning 14 games.
yeah,
I would have fired his ass too.
Because they got tired of fucking 14-2.
Well,
Yeah.
no, they got tired of them playoffs because when you go in the
That's
playoffs,
right.
all of a sudden you forget to run the football. I don't understand that. What are you drinking? I mean, you got high off of, I don't know, whatever.
But I'm
That's
going
crazy.
to say this, man. I have not been impressed with him. I think his decision making, he
No.
doesn't know when to go for it. And I'm not a big fan of first time head coaches double duty. It's hard enough to learn how to be a successful
Yeah.
head coach,
True.
let alone trying to learn how to be a
OC.
successful head coach and an OC. How are
Yeah.
you supposed to get on Matt Eberflus' ass when you over there sitting up there having to watch film with Dak Prescott to go over it? See, this is what I envision as a head coach.
That up for
It's
fun.
like, hey, this is our money drive. We're gonna go for it on 4th down if we get past midfield. Start getting me plays together
Yeah.
in case we gotta go. You can't do that if you're a head coach and OC. You're
Yeah.
you're in the middle of actively calling the plays. and
Yeah.
actively talking to Dak Prescott after every single play. And I don't think people realize it's not just him and Dak Prescott. It's him, Dak Prescott, offensive coordinator. Apparently, Stephen Jones got a fucking radio now. All of this shit is all going through the mic at
Excuse me,
one fucking
time
time.
out. Wait.
Oh
Hold
Yes,
on.
shit!
What the fuck?
Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones has a fucking headset that he has up in the
So
fucking owners suite.
copying,
No?
he copying Miss Ur-
Y'all
he
didn't,
copying
y'all didn't
Miss
see that
Ursa.
shit last week?
He
Y'all didn't see that
copying
shit
Miss
last week?
Ursa.
He do
Are you
got one.
serious?
You right.
Bro, I'm telling you right
Sister,
now,
you're right.
if you Google right now, Stephen Jones
Oh my God.
and
He
the
be having
headset.
that little thing.
He's
Yup,
like,
he
I
right.
can't be outdone by a woman, so I got to do this. Oh my
Christine
God.
Jones.
But what I'm
That's
saying is
crazy.
it's already hard
Crater
enough
face,
to
boy.
manage the game as a head coach. Now, if you are like Mike McCarthy, where you got
Damn it up.
14, 15 years of head coaching experience,
That's why he left.
or Belichick and shit like that, then you can step in and take over play calling and stuff like that. But you got to learn how to be a head coach first. You got to, because I've seen too many times when we ran out of timeouts, or the end of the half was
Yeah.
mismanaged, or some shit like that.
You know what? This is another reason why when it came to McCarthy, because I still cannot believe that the Cowboys couldn't understand what happened. They thought they could bring back McCarthy on the cheap. McCarthy said no, and they thought, well, you have no options, and they really thought that Mike McCarthy would just swallow their shit again, and he walked out on them, and therefore they're like, oh crap, we're in trouble. And then here he is, you got Brian Schottenheimer, who basically is in a state of desperation to be a head coach. And they're like, oh, this is a perfect fix, the same scheme, blah, blah, blah. Because Jerry has not learned that lesson. That stupid comment he made years ago with Jimmy. He said, I can get 500 coaches to do the same thing. It's been 30 years, Jerry. 30 years, Jimmy. Jerry, sorry. 30 years. And the results have proven you were 100% wrong. You brought in Parcells. You started getting things going the right way. And you burned that bridge too, because you had to get Terrell Owens. You picked a player over a coach, which I just don't understand that. I mean, it just. Go ahead. Sorry.
Because he keep pissing the team, making them go to Oxnard, moving them around, doing this, doing that. They're not focused. Why the fuck you in Oxnard for? What, you trying to make the money in Oxnard too?
Yes.
You got a stadium up there. You got all these facilities you can stay cool in.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what the fuck they did in California.
I think it's more to do with the weather and the fact that you have a huge base over there. It's two things. One is it's probably cheaper to have the players out in Oxford for training camp, perfect weather and all that stuff, versus the Texas heat. And on top of that,
they got a stadium they practice in. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
I'm not disagreeing, bro. I'm not disagreeing.
Look at that shit.
Hold on, I gotta see this. Hold on. Look at that.
Look at that shit.
Crater face calling plays.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
That shit funny as hell, man.
Wow.
We a joke, man. We ain't going nowhere no
Oh
time
my God.
soon.
You know, I'm so glad I
That's
canceled the NFL
bad.
ticket. I'm so glad I
Listen,
canceled it.
I lie for you before I lie to you.
So
Man.
you mean to tell me he like this?
Spencer, man, you broke my
Run
heart,
play.
man. I thought
He
we were
say,
friends,
no, we got a
dog.
$60 million quarterback. That got to be a pass play.
We close.
Yep. This shit got to start with the
Told
QB,
y'all they
man.
didn't pay Dak Prescott $60 million to hand the ball off.
I thought we were friends, man. Why would you do
We're
that?
supposed to,
Hey,
nigga.
listen, the best people in your life ain't gonna lie to you.
I know, right?
Hey, but wasn't Javonte Williams running that ball good? Why did
Yep.
they run that man?
They don't give it to him.
He was averaging 6 yards a carry.
They always stop.
And they just stopped.
And
They
that's
just-
the thing. And that's so anti-Brian, because you go back to his time with the Jets and the Seahawks, he would just keep hammering.
It's too
Because
boring.
Because
He
he
had a head coach that said, run the fucking ball. That's the problem. He's the head coach and the OC. He don't have nobody that's saying, yo, run the fucking ball. Stop passing.
The reason they stopped running the ball, because at the beginning of the season, Javonte Williams was the Cowboys' real MVP.
So it was. I made a video about that unsung.
Yo, I'm going to show y'all another picture. Hold on.
Man, I just ate, man. I don't need no more crater face, please.
No. And then I'm
thank
going to put it. Hold on.
So when y'all say draft love, it's not going to make a difference, because
No,
the
I ain't
running
say
back
what.
they're gonna put a governor on the running back no matter who they get.
But delusional. I didn't say that they're going to draft him to make a difference. That's what the Cowboys do. They're looking at standpoint of
what's wrong with this picture?
I don't know.
No, you gotta.
That's Jerry Jones.
I know it's Jerry.
This is the only team. This is the only team where no matter what happens, Jerry Jones is still the face. If the Pittsburgh Steelers get eliminated right now, who do they put up there? Aaron Rodgers. If the Los Angeles Rams got eliminated, they put Matthew Stafford up or some type of player that's the face of the franchise. Jerry Jones is the face of the franchise, and he cannot get out his own fucking way to let the players step up and lead. Because everybody, if you get mad at Shotty, guess what you do? You go, "Hey Jerry, you got a minute? Can I talk to you?" That's what they do. That's what Zeke did last year. When he wasn't getting the fucking ball, he went to Jerry Jones, complained, and they put your 1,000-yard rushing running back on the sideline and told him he looked sick, so we're gonna leave you off of the roster that day.
This is why I wonder when Jerry's. I mean, I don't wonder. We know the answer because Steven's been running it. When Jerry's gone, I really wanted. I mean, from what I've learned, I really do think Charlotte is the more level head of the family and understands what she knows and what she doesn't know. And as a result, she would put the right people in place. But the Jerry and Stevens, they think they know everything. I don't understand how you can run a business. I mean, and maybe I'm a weird business owner myself. I don't know. I looked at it from the standpoint when I started my company. I don't know nothing about finance. Let me find the best person to help me for bookkeeping, all that stuff. Let me go find someone who knows the best about marketing, blah, blah, blah. And you just, because you can't know everything. And granted, when you get those people, you do learn some things from them, and you may find out that you may know a little bit more because you're learning from them. That happens. But then what you do is you get even better people, and you keep going. The Joneses don't know how to do that. They're just so complacent with, they said they're comfortable. I think that's what, what was his name? Brian Broaddus said. The Joneses are comfortable. That's why Will McClay's still there. They're comfortable. And I always felt being comfortable is the worst thing to have in business.
He surrounded himself with a bunch of kiss asses and yes men. Nobody tells Jerry this is a bad move. Jerry, don't do this. And if there is he threatened to literally take somebody's job for just questioning whether or not he handled the offseason last year on 105 The Fan. All they did was ask the motherfucker a question. Now, can you imagine somebody that actually worked for the Dallas Cowboys inside of the Dallas Cowboy organization actually pushing back up against him?
Well, Broaddus did it a few times. He got fired every time.
There you go.
So,
like, and these are grown men trying to pay their bills.
So that was Jerry Jones signing Dak Prescott. 2024, the Browns, the day of the damn game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the day of kickoff.
Yeah,
he did that.
I just
he hurt my feelings when he did that, man.
I mean,
bro, all that shit he was talking, and then I was like, "Oh, Jerry's not gonna sign this dude. He's gonna let him."
Him and Mike McCarthy should have left together, man.
You know it's weird.
Dak and Mike McCarthy.
What'd you say?
You said Dak and Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, they should have left together.
Yeah, they should have left together. I agree.
Because this season doesn't feel as bad if you got a rookie quarterback and a first-time head coach. You understand going in there that there's going to be some growing pains, and you can evaluate for the future and build on hope or whatever for the next season. This next season, you're like, man, you got the same fucking offense.
Well,
what more can you do to this offense to fix it?
The Cowboys are in purgatory for the next, 4 years?
4 years. Everything is 4 years. You have a 4-year run where you can compete, and then you have 4 years to rebuild. That's how it works. It's cyclical.
I mean, here's the thing. Let's look at other franchises for a second, okay? Franchises that we used to make fun of. The Eagles used to be a franchise you could laugh at. Can't do that no more. You look at the Commanders. Actually, they got rid of their owner. Look at them now, right? You look at
and 2 years later they were in the NFC Championship game, by the way.
Right. You look at the Giants. You look at the Lions. Say what you want with the Jets. The Jets you can't say they haven't tried over the years. It's just for some reason the quarterback position just
work
never
out.
works out for them.
Yeah.
You
They
know what I mean?
tried though.
They do. And the Browns, they went all in with Watts. I get that. That was just overall desperation. They're just desperate. I get it. And I respect it. I get it. Okay, they swung, they missed. I can respect that. The Cowboys are a franchise I see they're being conscious. Go ahead. I'm sorry, JB. Go ahead.
No, you good. I understand.
No, I was saying that the Cowboys are the only franchise that's that conservative where we have to have it has to be of this level of parity, and we're okay with that. They have to they talk about we want to be able to compete every year, but you can't. The Rams proved that. You have a certain window with those players, and then there's a point where you have to just
You have to rebuild.
And that's the fundamental thing that they don't understand.
And they've done it 3 times with Dak already. They've gone through 3 cycles with Dak already.
I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't, and it's sad. It hurts. It's really hard being a fan. I don't even know. There's times where I'm wondering, like, what am I doing this for myself for? I mean, I look at my brother. He got to enjoy a lot more wins than me in his lifetime with the Cowboys. I'm just going, what are we doing this for? I mean,
the shit that's right in front of you. All the mistakes that they made, all the 10 years with him, is right in front of you, and it's showing right now. Whatever's hidden in the dark will come to light, and it's showing right now. All that bullshit is coming to light, bruh. And my grandmother always told me, when we're sleeping, they're always doing devilish shit all the time. I don't know where she got that phrase from, but whatever it is coming to light, and whatever they've been hiding and been trying to get over on us for many of years with Dak Prescott, and then avoiding his defense for many of years, and last 30 years, not even 10 years, the last 30 years, it's coming to light, bruh. It's all about money and building no fame for that. They don't give a shit about no damn winning. They only care about marketing, and that's it. And you saw when they signed Dak to that contract, they could
that was a business.
And then
that was a business move.
Defense. They gave all that money to one player, and they could have brought in a fix their defense. They didn't give a shit about that. They don't care about that. They want to sell, and it's coming to bite their ass right now because they sit home for the last second year. They got embarrassed by Green Bay. Now they're sitting at home 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
and the third year's coming up, and they finna look stupid again if they don't hit on this draft. At least try to help, bro. We in shit.
They're gonna. But the thing is, they're going to hit their draft. I mean, listen. Let's be. That's the one thing they've done well. Their problem.
I don't agree with that, brother.
For the most part, no. Seriously, they've hit on their draft picks for the most part.
2021, 2022, 2023 drafts. I think you only got 3 players. 3 players from all those years on the team still.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, when you look at the board and what they were able to get, okay, and like we talked about earlier, how the later rounds they don't hit very well. All right, that's a lot of teams in the NFL. But the point is it's the second contracts, bro. And then the thing is, the draft is only one piece of the puzzle. They refuse to use all of it unless they get desperate, which is what happened to them this year. And then you saw them do something. And I just think it's that mentality that they have of using free agency as, just filling up, basically cannon fodder is ridiculous. You have to use all the tools available in your kit, and they just don't do that.
They pull out the NFLPA retirement book every offseason and go in there and say, all right, who's headed towards retirement?
Oh, yeah.
And they bring them in here on 1-year contracts.
Right.
How do you build on a season year after year if you got different players coming in here every single year? Right. There's a lot of players on 1-year contracts.
Exactly. So, I mean, you're constantly
bad as fuck right there.
Right, and you look at a team like like I said, I honestly believe that the Browns and the Jets will win a Super Bowl before the Cowboys. I am convinced of that right now.
Yeah,
I really am, because the thing is this, right? Because I'm trying to watch teams and how they've changed habits and stuff. I just see how they're doing. You see how the Eagles have done it, the Rams have done it. The Jets this year, look what they've done. They signed some players they thought were the answer, and you saw how they got rid of them. Quentin Williams is gone. Sauce Gardner's gone. Right? Because they realized, you know what? blow it up. We're not
Well,
there.
and they realize they're not close.
Right.
And so
And they
you start to get value because these guys are going to age up, and you're not going to get the trade
Correct.
value in 2 years.
Right. And Brees Hall's probably not going to get signed. I'm just saying that is something that Dallas should look at and be like, why are they doing that? Why is it that they understood that? I mean, the Patriots used to blow up their team all the time. Remember, every time their corners are getting ready to get paid big, all right, bye.
Yeah.
The receivers.
Shit, the Patriots was willing to give up Tom Brady. They
gave up. They've been trying to get rid of him for years. Remember?
The Patriots motto was, "We'll make you a household name, but you're gonna get paid by somebody else."
Yeah.
They literally barely paid second contracts.
The reality is that Patriot model should have been Dallas, because Dallas could say, "Look, we're the brand. We're going to make you, and then as a result, we're not going to pay you." That's who the Cowboys should have been, not the Patriots. I mean, who the heck are the? I mean, here's the funny part. You know what? Maybe I'm a bad football fan. I didn't know who the Patriots were until Drew Brees took them to the Super Bowl. I was like, who the heck are the Patriots?
You mean Drew Bledsoe?
Drew Bledsoe. I'm sorry. Drew Bledsoe. I was like, who the hell are the Patriots? Who is this team? My brother laughed at me. He's like, this is the New England Patriots. Oh, okay. You know, and then Tom Brady comes in and takes them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we used to joke about them like the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, and that's another team that, you know, they're going to win a Super Bowl for us because they understand it, man. They understand that
they got a good head
players.
coach.
Yes, they do. They have a very good coach. But once again, they know what they have. They make the adjustments.
Right?
What'd you say?
San Diego?
Yeah.
Well, LA now.
They whoop that ass.
I call them San Diego State too.
Yeah.
Got beat down, rush down, crap down, shit on. Got their ass whooped down there.
Yeah. But here's a question that I want to see is I want to know what the Colts are going to do this offseason with Daniel Jones, because I have a strong feeling they're not going to sign him.
I think that they bring him. I would, if I was the Colts, I'd give him a 1-year contract.
I'm with you, but I would not be surprised because you just see how they manage the quarterback.
I think it probably depends on where they finish, because now they're out of the playoffs, and depending on how this season finishes, because Anthony Richardson is not a quarterback for them.
Well, I agree with you, but the fact is that Daniel Jones's number is 17, and they pulled Phillip Rivers out, and they just gave him his number. I mean, that's all you need to know as to where they stand with that.
Yeah, but Phillip Rivers won't be there next year, so
I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying I think
The fact that they did that.
This fact that they did that, the psyche, the mental makeup, that they understand that. You know, I don't know. Yeah. I don't think they have an answer for who their quarterback is in the future. I don't think they do either.
I don't think.
But they can look at the body of work of Daniel Jones and say, okay, how much of that was our system and how much of that was Daniel Jones, and they can go back and look at the Giants, and they can see that it was their system.
Who's the GM at Irsay? Is she Irsay, or did she?
Irsay, they have a GM, but she's a more hands-on owner because she said, and I give her a lot of respect for it. She wanted to make sure she understood what's going on. She wanted to know that she wanted to hear the play calls because she wanted to know if what she's hearing in meetings is actually what's happening. She really wants to know what's going on, and I can respect that.
I'm okay with that. The reason I said it though is she needs to call Dallas and ask to get Dak Prescott.
She ain't stupid.
That's what she needs to do.
You have a better shot with the Raiders doing something stupid like that. So
I can see it happening with the Raiders.
Like I said,
they're Raiders out here. I'm in Vegas. The Raiders are so desperate for success out here because the Vegas Golden Knights have won a championship. The Aces, the WNBA team, has won 3 championships out here. Their minor league soccer team has won a championship. Everybody's out here throwing parades up and down the strip, and then they're doing it right next to the Raider Stadium, and they can't even fucking celebrate.
How is Vegas with taxes? Because that's a big thing for Dak Prescott.
We got no state taxes, and our sales tax is 8.325.
Okay, Dak, if you're listening, we have a home for you in Vegas. All right.
The weather's nice.
The weather's really nice.
You got all the clubs you ever want to
Got
go
all
to
the
on your
clubs,
off season.
just plenty of women for you to
Major,
abuse. in the
major
back of your
international
truck.
airport. You can go anywhere you want. We got the international airport. It's right down the street. Hey, we got three
He
private
likes fishing.
airports. We got 3 private airports. Oh, we got Lake Mead, one of the biggest,
There you go.
the biggest inland lake in the United States. You can fish all you want.
Hold
You
on,
get a boat house. You can get a boat house.
hold on. Zach borrowed some
LA's 45-minute flight away. Hey, I can sell you, man. I'm telling you, just call me, man.
That's my guy. That's my
Just
guy.
give me hey, my brother. Hey, I don't know. I think JD might know, but my wife's brother used to play for the Cowboys up until a couple of years ago. So I've had conversation with him about the Cowboys and Dak and Zeke and all that stuff, and I have conversations with people off the air about it. If y'all want to get candid, we can talk in the back chat. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, like Cowboys locker room ain't all as rosy as people think.
Oh, you could tell. I mean,
Yeah, you can tell.
please. Anyone who plays sports,
I was
please.
telling people,
Put that Prescott there.
I was telling people 2 years ago, I said they don't like each other. And everybody was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You lying, you lying, you lying. And then Michael Irvin came out a week later and was like, these dudes is fighting in the locker room. I'm like, I tried to tell y'all, man.
Would you say Michael Parsons and Dak hate each other?
Yeah.
I don't know that much about that.
Or at least they had beef with each other.
I would say that Michael Parsons wanted to be the leader of the Cowboys and the face of the organization, but he was constantly bumped up against Dak Prescott. But the biggest thing was a lot of the defensive players didn't like Mike.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Including players that literally put their hand in the ground right next to him.
Yeah, I can tell that.
Yeah.
They didn't like. They didn't like Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons came in his first year. He was a little bit humble, and was kind of filling himself out. And then when they started that fucking podcast and him being compared to LT, his head fucking blew up. And there were some veterans on here with some stripes on their arms that felt some type of way about it.
DeMarcus Lawrence showed that. Yeah.
DeMarcus Lawrence was one of them. He's publicly, but there's a safety that plays on this team
Hooker.
that really.
I know who it is.
I ain't gonna say his name.
But you remember Michael Parsons?
We'll talk about that in the back chat. But I got direct sources about shit like that.
Oh,
But you remember Michael Parsons says without those turnovers, we beat the 49ers. The defense played well enough to win that game.
But see, Michael Parsons learned how to talk about that shit from Dak Prescott. Because didn't Dak Prescott just say, hey, I think we're just as good as the Eagles? A week after they won the Super Bowl.
Jesus.
You see what I mean? Micah Parsons looked at what Dak Prescott was doing with the media and stuff like that. He swallowed that into him, and he was able to regurgitate that shit into his podcast and shit like that. And he spun that shit. You notice nobody talk about that shit once he went to Green Bay because you don't have the Dallas media machine.
Nope. You don't have that Dallas media. There's like a lot of these players on the Cowboys.
And him wanting to be paid like he got paid is going to hurt him. Because just like he said earlier, you think Michael Irvin walk into any place in Dallas and have to pull out his fucking wallet?
Hell no.
Absolutely not. There's not a dollar printed in the United States history that's worth anything to Michael Irvin in Dallas.
And that back to our point we said earlier with these players and Jerry, and like I said, they don't seem to understand it. And I said this to Junkie. If you win a Super Bowl with the Cowboys, that is worth way more than your salary.
Absolutely.
Way more.
If you win a Super Bowl with the Cowboys, you can pick a 3-letter network and they will give you an announcer job. You can be on ESPN every single day if you want. Right now, Troy Aikman wanted to come out of the box and host his own show on ESPN. He can pick the time slot. He will bump First Take.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's once again, it goes back to that management side of things. They need to just gut them. I mean, my brother and I joke about it all the time. I said, man, they should hire you as a GM because you're good at that stuff in terms of just going in there and just gutting crap that's nonsense. Because my brother's a no-nonsense guy. I mean, when I was a kid, and he's older than me, he'd say, okay, listen, I ain't going to dramatize this for you. I'm going to draw it like this is how it's going to be, and that's it. And he was right. And that's the whole thing when it comes to these players, man. they're all building all individual brands built off of the Cowboy brand, and they're shitting where they're eating. That's literally what's happening with this team right now. And so they need to make a decision, and that is not the players, but the owners have to make a decision and say, listen, do we want to win Super Bowls? Does Super Bowls make us more money? Does that end the joke? Or is being the power of unpopular? Maybe that's the question that's to be asked. Is the power of unpopular more financially solvent than winning? I mean, are you making more money being the butt of the joke versus being successful?
History says butt of the joke is profitable.
Yeah.
$12.6 billion franchise evaluation for being 30 years of a laughing stock. Because no matter what, I guarantee you turn into ESPN, they're going to say, we got to talk about these Cowboys and what happened to them.
I'm still going to talk about it.
And they're going to talk about them during Super Bowl weekend because Jerry Jones is going to figure out some way to get his name into the media cycle during the Super Bowl. He gonna fire a coach. He gonna hire somebody. He gonna do something.
And he pays these coaches like a joke too. He cheap on the coaches, man. Unbelievable. I mean, I look at Mike McCarthy's contract.
Coaching that we get.
But the real coaching candidates don't even come for an interview.
Would you?
Somebody got a real bad background.
Yeah,
is that Dak Delusional? You got to mute up. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, if you were a real coach, would you want to coach in Dallas?
Absolutely not.
I mean, I just don't see anyone who's really serious. I mean, Mike McCarthy you heard him say he did not realize he's just a football guy. You know, I mean,
he was desperate to get back into coaching.
That's but there's that too. But there's a part of me that I look at him. He's just a football guy. He's not in for the stardom that comes from being the coach of any team or whatever. He's a history buff. Blah blah blah. You saw it, and when he came to Dallas, he was totally out of his element because he was kind of like when he was in Green Bay. It was just X's and O's. He comes to Dallas, it's a whole media show. He was not prepared for that.
Yeah, he even said that Dallas was the first time he was ever involved in the draft process.
Yeah,
he said he was never involved in the draft process before.
Right. So I mean, if I was going to look for a head coach now that would, because obviously I'm either the Cowboys, you're going to have to pay a higher premium than any other team or organization because you've made a mess of your reputation. You got to pay a high premium. The question is, when you look at the coaches that are out there, who are you going to bring in? I mean, they talked about, everyone wants to bring in Bill Belichick. It ain't going to work because Bill Belichick wants to be the coach, the general manager, and now he's got this issue with his girlfriend that's becoming a spectacle. And I just got corrected by my brother. Belichick can't draft for squat.
Absolutely not.
He's did a horrible job the last, when their dynasty died because it finally caught up with them in terms of their draft.
And Tom Brady masked a whole lot of problems.
Yeah, he did. So, I mean, I don't know if that's not a guy you want to bring in.
Yeah,
You're not going to go ahead.
Miss Matrix. I just want to, just because a player leaves and is successful somewhere else doesn't mean he was ever going to do that here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because just like we see that Osa ain't shit without Quentin Williams lining up next to him or Micah Parsons, you got to have the right players in the group to be successful. And I remember D-Law specifically saying, "Oh man, we was tired. That ain't the fucking player I want to take in the battle in January."
Yep. The hedgehog effect is just referred to, getting the right people on the bus.
Yeah,
that's by far the most important thing. It's not always about star players; it's having players that it just works. There's a reason Charles Haley worked here, Yeah,
and the Patriots was very good at. They had role players that played like star players in big moments. Because players would leave the Patriots and disappear into the NFL. You never hear about them again. I think Wes Welker with the Broncos was the only one that you heard about. When they left the Patriots, they did anything.
Brian Flores. Why would Brian Flores want to be another DC? He wants to be a head coach.
I'd fire Shoddy and hire him in a heartbeat.
I was considering him a head coach too.
I would fire Shoddy in a heartbeat if Brian Flores said he
I would too. And guess what? He'll have Dak crying like Tua.
But this is the one reason why I would hire him is because Brian Flores told Miami, I'd rather you fire me than I lose football games.
And
Yep.
that's why he.
Well,
And that's
I
why
want
that's what
somebody
happened.
that
Yep.
hate to lose
Yep.
so much that they rather
Yep.
get fired than lose football games. He had permission from the owner. Your job is safe. Just lose football games. He said, no, I'd rather win and you fire me. That's the type of mentality that you need on this team.
And that's why
Somebody
he
that
would,
hate losing.
but that's why he would not be hired by the Joneses, because he has his own agenda, and the Joneses are like, we gotta sing kumbaya.
Man, that'd be a good hire though.
Man, it'd be
No,
great.
be excellent hire, because Dak would say, I want to be traded, and I'll be like, he's the savior. I'd build a statue of Brian Flores if he did that. I'm not kidding you. I'm serious. I could just see it right now. Oh my God, I'm just dreaming about it. Brian Flores gets hired. We're 3 weeks into it, and they
And
build
let that
this,
man hire his own
and
staff.
Dak Prescott says, I want to be traded. Oh my gosh, it'd be
Man.
beautiful. I resurrect a statue right next to Tom Landry, man. Brian Flores, savior of the Cowboys.
Yo, I need everybody on this channel and everybody on this panel to start going on Twitter and start hashtagging Brian Flores for Cowboys head coach.
Oh,
Make
bro.
that shit go fucking viral so that ESPN picks up on it, so that FS1 picks up on it,
I'm
so
with
that Nightcap
Facebook
picks up on it,
and-
all of it.
Yeah. Now I might make me a video about that shit. Yeah,
And you gotta fire Will McClay. He has to go. He is ass, man.
hashtag Brian Flores. Hey,
I mean, Will McClay's had his time. It's time to get new blood, man. He's been there how many years?
Yo, they done stroked their ego and made money off of the fucking what was our tackle? Zach Martin. His whole career is built off of Zach Martin. Because he's been ass the last 4 or 5 years. They got lucky with Micah Parsons. You think they trade back if they knew Micah Parsons was gonna do become what he became? No, absolutely not. You don't leave a player sitting on the board if you think that's the case.
Yeah,
And then you look and you go, well, Tyler Guyton might be a bust. Boonmaker ain't shit. Mozzie Smith ain't shit. You got all of these players that are just Blue and Maffa was absolutely nothing this year. What the hell were y'all seeing in the scouting report that made y'all think that this was even worth drafting?
and that's where you fire. Like I said, that's where you go to. You look at your scouts and you fire them. I mean,
even in a hurt cornerback.
But he's the head of it all.
But
Will McClay's the head.
no, I understand that. I'm just saying on set. Sensor. Let me tell you something. What I do. I'm talking about how I run my thing. Okay. With my staff, with my team, and I always tell them we're a team. I said, look, every quarter we do a review, and I want them to review me. And I told them, if you are kissing my butt, I will fire you. Your job is to tell me not what I'm doing right, but what am I doing wrong. And if I get too many reports from anybody that sounds like as if I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, you're fired. Period. Because there's no, and I told them, there's no way. I know that, but I'm just saying, and I told them, there's no way that I am that good. Okay? I don't need you to tell me what I'm doing right. And that has to be the cultural mindset to fix the Cowboys. You have to have a mindset of telling us. I mean, it could be something as simple as, you know what, Jerry, I think that the toilet paper that we're using is not appropriate. I think it's too soft and we need something firmer. I mean, I'm being serious. Something as stupid as that. Or the pens should be on the desk, should be on the left versus the right. I don't care. We need that level of fundamentals covered with them. I mean, I'm talking ISO certified kind of crap, because this mom and pop shop crap that they're doing, 30 years has proven it doesn't work. Jerry, you eat too many squirrel brains. You got to eat something a little bit more advanced, okay? It's not something that just chases a nut, all right? You need something a little more complicated. I mean, it's unacceptable, man.
I just think that everybody on this team coaches and plays for an audience of one.
Yeah.
They're not playing for the head coach. They're not playing for each other. I listened to Micah Parsons. I listened to Micah Parsons say that he was out there for his brothers, and then he laid it on the table while his brothers was out there fighting to make the roster.
They're all mercenaries. You have a culture of mercenaries.
They're just liars, man.
No, they're mercenaries. So I think what you got to do is
on the side of their helmet, man. So they just think they're the shit, and they don't really have to do shit.
Man, I wish y'all I could play this fucking clip from Chris Canty about him feeling like he won the Super Bowl every single day in Dallas, man.
well, you find that, and I think it's important.
have it.
I think these are all very important things, which is that the Cowboys need to really think about all these things, man. It's not that hard. It really isn't, and I think the more you guys have said it, I think that having a person like Brian Flores brought in, and him setting the culture. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't mind Brian Flores saying, I want this guy as my general manager. I don't want I don't want Jerry picking their GM or whatever. They really need to focus on that. And I don't know, man. I'm just.
And
my
another
heart's
thing
broken.
Jerry has to stop doing is hiring coaches for coaches. If you're gonna hire a head coach, let him build his team.
Yeah.
You
But that's what I'm saying.
you did the same shit with Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett, you hired for Wade Phillips. You hired Kellen Moore for Mike McCarthy, and then you hired Eberflus for Shoddy.
Yeah.
Hey, do y'all remember when Emmitt Smith said he told the players stop living off what we did? Stop living off our backs. Y'all gotta make y'all for yourself. That's what the Cowboys team got to do now. Make your name for yourself.
Right.
Get a Super Bowl and a championship for yourself. Stop living off the 90s and the 70 Cowboys.
Yep.
But that's what I'm saying with the Canty. You got to hear it. Canty was telling they feel like they win the Super Bowl every single year. So they don't have that drive. They don't feel like crap. And I tell people that you need to hate losing more than you love winning. Because when I won a football game, I enjoyed it that night, maybe the next day. But when I lost a football game, it stewed on me all week long until we got on the field again.
Mm-hmm.
It ate like every waking moment of me was like, I cannot believe we lost that game.
Let me give you something to push your point there, right? It's about football, sports. We all have had that. When you got the right people on the bus is when I remember I was working at work, right? Tired, drawn out, whatever. When your employees, and I'm talking about, and I didn't ask them for this, whatever, and they put their arm on your shoulder and say, hey, boss, go home. We got this. That's when I knew I had the right people on the bus. When they themselves are like, nah, he needs to go home. You can't ask for better than that. You really can't. And they don't have that relationship. And like I said, Brian Flores, you bring him in. My only question, not my concern, because I know he's a smart guy. I know he'll probably the right people. I mean, I wouldn't mind him and he'd take Bieniemy to be his OC. I want hard-nosed guys.
Oh, what a compliment.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, you just said something right there.
I mean, right there. You do that. And you just hurt people. I mean, because you got players that they're going to be asking for players who want to play football. They want football players. Anyone there who's just there for the fame, they're going to be kicking them out. It's like, look, Jerry, these guys got to go. And that's what they need. They need, honestly, the more I think about it, damn, that's what I really do want Flores.
But even if Flores came, I don't want him to be the DC. I want him to bring somebody on underneath him and tutelage him. And if he needs to, you can step in and take over play calling in moments.
Yeah.
But
this is a big moment. I don't like the way our defense is playing. I'm gonna step in and take over play calling. And then we're gonna discuss about it later on about making sure that you don't put us in that situation.
I would do this. I would do this, man. Like you said, Brian Flores is my head coach. Bieniemy's my offensive coordinator. I'll try to steal Al Harris to be my DC.
I'm not a big fan of Al Harris, man.
I'm just saying, Al Harris, when it comes
I think he was a big benefit, just like Chris Richard was with Dan Quinn up in Seattle. I think these secondary coaches benefited from Dan Quinn's defensive philosophy and coaching style.
Wouldn't you be getting that from Brian Flores? He's still defensive. I mean, he's still defensive. He's the head coach. You tell me he won't knowing his personality. We saw that.
You think he can shape him up to what he want to see?
No, I just think that Al Harris is a rah guy. He was the guy that we saw on Sounds of the Sideline running up and down the field, congratulating people and all of
I
that shit. I
I
don't
think
think he'd be because he did a lot of
right.
the play calling under Zimmer. Sorry, but he did a
But
lot of the play calling there.
I just think that the reason why I say Al Harris because Al Harris to me seems like a good foot soldier, and I don't think Brian Flores needs a DC that's going to necessarily come with his own
Hold on,
ideas.
but Al Harris didn't teach technique though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but he was on this team last year, and we had one of the worst secondaries in the league last year. He benefited under Dan Quinn in the way Dan Quinn coached defense,
Because
just like
David,
Right,
Chris
and you're
Broussard
and you're
did.
saying right because Al Harris on his own, if he's left to his own maker, he can't do it.
no,
That's why
I
I'm
think
saying
Al Harris benefited from the pass rush that Dan Quinn got, and he
correct.
taught the cornerbacks to have technique on
Yep.
that first look of the quarterback because the press, the rush was coming in so quick.
Yeah,
The
but you need more than
those
that as
don't
a
go hand
DC.
in
You need
hand.
more than that as a DC. If you
Then
want to
you
bring him
what
back
would you
as a
want?
secondary, I don't know. I'm just saying that's my
I,
feelings on
I'm
Al
just, okay.
Harris. I'm not saying that
Right.
I'm against
But
anybody.
no, I follow what you're saying. But if you were talking about hiring Al Harris to say, okay, we're going to run Al Harris's defense, I would agree with you. But because I'm bringing him in the role as he's going to take instructions from Brian Flores as to what Brian Flores wants, and knowing how Brian Flores ran the Dolphins, it's fine. Okay.
If he was underneath Brian Flores' coaching tree, then I'd say, all right, he's coached underneath and he knows how he wants to
Okay.
run it.
Good point. All right.
He be coming in from the outside.
Okay.
He coached underneath Dan Quinn. So if they
Correct.
wanted to if they wanted to promote him from DC, from secondary coach to DC after Dan Quinn left, I would have been like, all right, let's see. He's coached under Dan Quinn for 3 years. He knows how Dan Quinn call plays and things like that. Let's see if he learned from that. Brian
Gotcha.
Flores has a completely different defensive
Somebody got something
philosophy.
on in the background. Yeah,
That's
TV.
Derek.
It's all mine.
But
Okay.
that's my only opinion is that he would come in and Brian Flores would then have to teach Al Harris his defense, his philosophy, how he wants it, and still at the same time be head coach. And at that point, he might as well be DC himself.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would look and see, all right, who worked under Brian Flores when he was in Miami? Who's actively working under Brian Flores right now in Minnesota that you can bring over Brian Flores, make him a head coach, and maybe make his secondary or linebacker coach the DC? That's how I would probably do it. That's normally what they do. They bring their coaching tree over with them.
Yeah, but shit, would Jerry Jones be down with that shit? Because he ain't even showing he would do some shit like that.
But fuck, you can flip a coin on what Jerry Jones agrees with. Jerry Jones is the most unpredictable fucking person in sports, man. He just today he'll wake up and sign Michael Parsons for 47, and tomorrow he'll talk about trading him, or you know what I mean? It's just he's unpredictable, and that makes the Cowboys inconsistent. And the Cowboys, and my problem with Shoddy is that there's no consistency from play to play, there's no consistency from drive to drive, and there's no consistency from game to game. And so you don't call one play and get a defensive look, and then run a different play out of the same look, and then flip that in the second half and give them a completely different look and run the same routes. You know what I mean? And then when they're studying film on what they did last week, give them that look and give them something completely different that they haven't seen on tape that you didn't run. That's why teams that get closer to the playoffs and they already secured their playoff spot, they go back to preseason football or they get conservative so they don't put anything new on film that's going to go into the playoffs.
Okay, under this offense with Dak as the quarterback, I hate to bring it back to Dak. Under this offense with Dak as the quarterback, what type of defense we need? Because I can go back 2019, they held the Eagles to 17 points. 2022, they held the 49ers to 19 points. So what type of defense
you need
do
the
we
2,000
need
Ravens.
to overcome
you need the
that?
2,000 Ravens. You need 2,000 Ravens, which held their team to 9 points on average. That's what you need. It's sad to say, but that's what it is. Because if Dak Prescott plays up and down to the competition, he will go in against a team that averages 20 points and give you 12. but he'll go against a team that averages 30 points and give you 25. Like he'll play up and down to the competition.
Because
The
even the
2021 and 2022.
Did I cut you off? I'm sorry.
I was going to
Even
say the 2021 and 2022 defenses was good enough to win a championship if Dak Prescott got his shit together.
Because even this season, the Cardinals game, do you expect the defense to hold the Cardinals to 9 points? Because the offense only scored 10 points.
That's what I'm saying.
And in Chicago game, do you expect the defense to hold Chicago to 13 points? Because the offense only scored 14 points.
Yep.
So everybody look at the final. See, that's the thing that I get pissed off about. Everybody look at the final score, but they don't look at the game.
Yeah.
Because every game we lost, what did the offense do? Even the playoffs against Green Bay. Without Dak interceptions, you know we going to that game in the third quarter with a score at 7-14.
Yep.
Dak Prescott threw a pick six before he threw a touchdown.
Well, back to what you were saying about the Ravens style defense, which we've all joked about it. With the running back, we were just talking about them drafting Love, which I think it sounds like the Cowboys. I mean, with Brian Flores, I just think that. I mean, I'd like to think Brian Flores would force to the point that Dak would want to get traded. I really hope that would be something on the table. But even if they don't, I just think the structure that he would force upon the team would force Prescott to reduce his passes, and the defense, his defense, because what I love about his defense as a whole, you can see with Minnesota, so you can't figure it's unpredictable. Sorry.
Mike's got to echo. That's all.
No, I'm just saying. I just think that his defenses are so unpredictable. It helps him. It disguises the constant mistakes. But the question that I have for this team is: are your players? I remember Bart Scott saying, "Are they smart enough to run a Brian Flores' style system?"
Because our linebackers are dumb as dog shit.
Damn right. They really are dumb as exactly. So your linebackers,
Kenneth Murray shit. That fucking goal line play that he decided to become an edge rusher. He became an edge rusher in the middle of the damn play.
Well, that and you saw how Diggs was. You could tell they were in cover 2, and he forgot,
yeah.
And then that screwed up the safety, and then there was the touchdown. I'm just like, these are mistakes you just can't have, and I just don't know.
I'm happy that Diggs was coming back.
Diggs is only back because Bland got injured.
Right. But I'm just saying.
They had no intention of him playing another snap this season.
Right. But I'm just saying these are the evaluations you have to have. I mean, Brian Flores has to be allowed to come in and evaluate player by player basis and not look at it from a standpoint of, this player's loyalty. No, loyalty's out the door. This team's failed on that.
And he has no connection to this team, which means he don't have somebody that's like, hey, how you been? And all of that shit. Nope. I don't know
it's like what Parcells did. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You got to come in there.
Okay, my question will be, what is the solution for this team? Do we fix the defense, or do we ultimately get rid of the quarterback because he needs too much and we can't overcome the quarterback? Because you can't build. You can't build a perfect team.
You got to do both.
But it can't all. The reality is, you can't do it all in one move.
In 1 year.
Right. So it's going to have to be a period of time. So you might have to start with just building up the defense, with acknowledging that, hey, we are not going to be winning anything in 4 years.
Okay, I get that point. I'm on interrupt you. I'm sorry, man, but
go ahead.
I like what you're saying about go to the defense, but at the same time, can we at least attempt to draft a quarterback to put some type of pressure behind that as we're building that defense?
There's no pressure behind $60 million, man.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Is there anyone in this draft you can say that is worth drafting for? I'd say no. There's more better pieces on defense.
Maybe not this season draft a quarterback if it's not.
Well, no, I know, but I'm saying you don't want to force it. You don't, like I said, you're going into it knowing that in 4 years, because of Dak, you're probably not going to do anything. You
don't have to draft the quarterback. It's a guy named Hendon Hooker out here that's a backup. He's better than that. Anybody go look at Tennessee, Hendon Hooker.
You're right. But I'm just saying that, whether you draft a quarterback or you trade for one or whatever, the point is you got to go to philosophy. You got to understand because of the cap situation, because you made this bet. And I just think that whoever your coach is, you have to sign him with an intent of say, look, we're giving
No,
you
you don't have to land that bad because Miami not going to land that bad. The Broncos didn't land that
Yeah,
bad.
but that
Miami-
contract is
Eagles
not as
didn't
bad
land
as
that bad.
Dak's, though.
Miami's contract is not as bad.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
not.
problem.
Dak
It's
Prescott is on the books for $74 million
Horrible.
next year. They are already, I believe, they're $35 million over the cap next year. They're going to have to restructure Dak and CD just to get under to start making moves.
Mm.
They're going to have
That's
to
what I'm
cut
saying.
Diggs. If they cut Diggs, they save $12 million. They cut Hooker, they save $10 million. They cut Wilson, they save $8 million.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to hire the
So
coach.
basically, I ain't cut y'all. So
go
basically,
ahead, go ahead.
Dak is the quarterback for the next 5 years.
No.
Next
So
four.
there's he can be cut in the 2027 offseason and it'll save them $40 million. Or you can find a trade partner next year after June 1st. But the problem is you free up $40 million after June 1st, but you can't do anything with it because free agency's over.
Yep.
You're a month away from training camp. At that point in time, having $40 million then means absolutely nothing.
But that's why you
And
draft a rookie
because
quarterback.
it would have to be a trade, you would have to get Dak Prescott to agree to go wherever he wants. And you don't want to trade. And everybody outside of Miami, Indianapolis, Arizona, and the Jets, they all have their young quarterbacks. There's very little places that are going to sit up there and say, "Give me your $60 million trouble, and I'll give you a draft pick or something like
You
that."
called him trouble.
Yeah.
He an MVP runner up. You called him trouble.
Right. MVP.
Hey,
Listen, I told you trade me
and
the
a pack
Browns
of
for a
gu-
ham sandwich.
That and a pack of bubble gum will let you blow one bubble because it don't mean shit to be the runner up.
Right. And so that just validates the whole point. Like I'm just saying, you got to hire a coach and tell him, look, we're giving you an 8-year contract. We understand the next 4 years you will not be able to do squat. There has to be that level of understanding. And I just think that Brian Flores is the guy that could do that.
I think so too.
And you just have to go in there. And I do want the Bieniemy. I really do like the more I think about it, man. You have no idea. I just think that will make Dak uncomfortable to the point where he will agree to a trade. And hopefully you find a fool that's willing to take that contract, and then you can start doing the other things like we talked about. I mean, because you want to. I mean, let's face it, right now, right? Let's say next year, okay, 2026, the Cowboys do so badly that they're in a position. And I'm not saying he's the answer. Okay, I make that very clear. That you can draft, let's say, Arch Manning or whoever that quarterback is for that next year. Then you can draft him, and you don't need him to start right away. Okay, make sure that kid doesn't learn any bad habits from Prescott. That's very important. And then go from there. Because I mean, if even the kid sits for 3 years like a Jordan Love, it's fine. Or like you said, they can cut him 2027. They can cut him, right?
Yeah.
So he sits for a year, and then you can start going that route. Now the question, and unfortunately, and I feel bad for him, Quinton Williams, based on his age, he won't be there for that. So he's a guy you may want to be looking to trade him again.
Yeah.
You know,
I was going to say, unpopular opinion is I started looking for trade candidates for CD too.
Yep.
Hey, but the unfortunate thing is, didn't Joe Milton look better than Dak before he made that fumble though? It was like a spark there.
Nah.
Anybody else see that?
Yeah,
I saw
Joe Milton's got to get his head on right. He's once again, he's another player who has all the physical tools.
He needs game time. That's what he needs.
He has to get out there and play. I'm
Yeah.
tired of all this bullshit. Next week, I want to see him play against Washington, and I want to see him play against New York. Stop getting him on the bench. You're not losing anything.
Yeah, I agree with OG
agree.
on that. The season is over. Let's see what you got in your young guy.
I need to see Joe ASAP. Quit playing around and
There you go.
delaying the bullshit what they've been doing for the last couple of years. It's just retarded ass shit, dude.
I think, I agree with Delusional also about the Hendon Hooker. I mean, I just think you just start bringing in quarterbacks regardless. I don't care. I mean, I don't really.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, should I bring in? Call me delusional on this one. I bring in I don't care. I'm bringing everyone. Anyone who has any talent, I'm bringing them in.
I'm telling you the grave mistake. I'm telling you the grave mistake the Cowboys made. was last year when Dak got hurt and not evaluating
Not putting
Trey
Trey
Lance.
Lance. Yep.
Yes, that was
Facts.
horrible.
Yep.
And he looked good
Yep.
in the Chargers. You saw that, right? In the
Yeah.
preseason, he did look very good. I mean, he's a work in progress, and you cannot say that every year Trey Lance got a little bit better. I mean, was he ready to start or
Lance
whatever? No.
instead of Cooper Rush.
I don't understand why they traded for him if they were never going to fully evaluate him.
It's because of the Cowboys. They want
Carolina.
instant rice, man. They
I
want
just you had every opportunity. I said last year before the season started because they were wondering if I said if Dak Prescott went down for 2-3 games, then you put Cooper Rush in. The moment Dak Prescott was lost for the season, Trey Lance should have been declared your starter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Just
the same thing this year. The moment we got eliminated from the playoffs, just make Milton the starter and see what you got.
Yep.
You have to get out there and play. You got to get out there on the field. You can't evaluate final goddamn preseason and practice.
Nothing is going to imitate. Nothing is going to replicate game reps. You got to get into games.
Cowboys don't know how to get out of their own way. That's the fundamental problem. They don't know how to get out of their own way.
And them saying Dak, I'm so tired of Dak. He's a straight hater. He came out this last week and said, "Look, I'm going to come out and play. I'm the starter." All that ain't nothing but fucking player hating on the next man behind him. That's all it is. He did the same thing against Trey Lance. Did the same thing he did with Joe Milton. He is stopping the progress of somebody else getting out here and getting publicity.
He learned from the best.
Numbers. You got nothing but numbers, but you got nothing but losses because it shows right now because you're at home right now. Last year, this year, and the next year after that, you ain't doing nothing but eating up money. You're hurting the team. It's ridiculous ass shit, but it's childish on him. And then you want to come out and say, "Okay, I'm going to the bench." And what in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes left, I'm gonna get Joe Milton. Man, you ain't done nothing. It's horrible. I don't need to see him no more. No more.
Yeah, he learned that from the best, OG.
New York.
Jason Witten was notorious for stop blocking players. Jason Witten was horrible at not helping develop tight ends.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we had a bunch of times behind him that probably could have been superstars.
He learned that shit from Jason Witten, man.
Yep.
You don't let another player even see the field because if they show any promise, they can get rid of your ass. That's what Dak Prescott's doing.
And then the Cowboys staff do it too. They like if Dak ain't playing, none of the starters going to play.
Yeah, they do that.
Once you put Trey Lance out there with the starters, once you put Joe Milton out there with the starters and see what they can do with them. Because they got an other element to the game. Trey Lance, we had a quarterback that can run a touchdown from 85 yards out. Joe Milton, a cannonball arm. What's the boy name? Pickens. 1-on-1.
Bro.
Trey with Joe Milton throwing that ball. Come on, man.
Listen, I told you, Dak didn't sign that contract. I would have had Joe Milton, Trey Lance, just if he was available and taking him. I trade a ham sandwich for Will Levis or mayonnaise, whatever it is. I mean, I'd be, oh my God. You thought Gruden was horrible when he with the Bucks when he grabbed all them quarterbacks? I'd be doing all that because, I mean, you got nothing to lose, man. I don't know what they're so afraid of. It's just on and on and on, just making excuses. Any quarterback showing any little bit of success, and they're like, oh yeah, that's our guy. No. Have a standard, man. The standard was supposed to be Aikman, or that. I mean, you go back to the 70s to the 80s. I mean, Staubach was a standard. You know how fans were so mad at Danny White because he could not. The standard was Super Bowls with Staubach. But Danny White
do you know how Dak became the quarterback? Let's go back to 2016. They had to put Jamel Showers and make him play safety or cornerback that gives Dak the third string quarterback spot. He couldn't beat out Jamel Showers.
Right. Hey, but I'm out. I'll see y'all next. Y'all on Christmas Day or what?
Huh?
Christmas Day, y'all on Christmas Day? They play Christmas Day, don't they?
I think so.
Commanders.
Yeah, they play Christmas early game.
Christmas. All right, y'all have a good night.
Oh man,
all right, bro, I'm about to be out too, man. So I appreciate everybody that stopped by, man. Uncensored, Derek, that delusional.
Always. Hey,
Everybody,
I posted
everybody-
my number in the back, JB, to send you that.
All right, appreciate you, bro. Hey, appreciate everybody. Thanks, man. I'm out. We'll do this again. Y'all know how we get down.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.